Just another doorway to open up and see what kind of lifeline will be waiting there for me. I need to bury all these fears and let them fade away. I'm not scared, I'm prepared to find myself again. I wanna fly over mountains, I wanna reach the end. I'll rise up from the ashes, I wanna burn again. I'll find my way through the bitterness I'm feeling. I won't rest, I won't give up, I'm still healing. I'm still healing. I fight the pain that I once let kill my vibe. I fear the day that I lose the chance to fight. So I stand up tall, ready to face it all again. And I will not fall, I won't lose again. I wanna fly over mountains, I wanna reach the end. I'll rise up from the ashes, and I wanna burn again. I'll find my way through Seeing monsters at your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't have to play the hero. 'Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat.
Deserves. The Hard Rock Canucks damn good and damn good value.
Can't argue with that.
If you're into
This
like,
is
So definitely an easy.
of the Heroes Cup strike. We're upper bracket semi-final one. This is our best of three tonight. We have two pretty interesting teams. We have Team Takuuu versus Team Bushmoister. I'm joined here with Ben, and we've already got our map picks in, and I think we're probably not too far off being ready to go. Map pick one is Vertigo, picked by Team Bushmoister. Our second map will take us over to Sunny Mirage, picked by Team Takuuu, and then we will have our final map on Overpass. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Ben, have you got any thoughts about these guys?
Yeah, I mean, once again, I'm excited to see the Vertigo pick. We've seen it before from Team Bushmoister. It went well from them, if I remember correctly. And I'm hoping for some more, tactical brilliance.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Vertigo is one of these. It's one of these maps that if you can play it well as a team, you can get by without as much firepower if you play it properly. And it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, these two teams have got through the group stages. And I think this could be a really good matchup. I think, as far as I'm aware, we're not too far off being ready to go. I think we have. Sorry, yes, we have Team Takuuu playing CT side initially, and we're just getting that ironed out, and I think they're about ready. The pistol round will be an interesting one. I think from Bushmoister we've seen quite a heavy mid stack previously in Vertigo on pistol round their CT side, so it'll be interesting to see if we go back to this strat or if they'll expect it to have been red and then we want to change it up at all.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage in the competition, I'd like to see something a bit more intricate. Maybe throw a bit of a fake in. It's a bit of misdirection. Like Vertigo's the perfect map. Because you can play with not only smokes and noise, but also like footsteps. Like you can show some presence A, sneak back B, or the other way around. Take that control, like sort of push and pull the defense. I'm really hoping we see a good amount of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. I think, given how well these two teams have done, we've seen the fragging power, but now that they're head to head, that's not going to be enough. It's going to be a case of which team has the edge tactically, who's going to be pulling the fakes, who's going to be pulling the strong executes. And it'll be interesting to see what these guys have kind of worked on between their group stages and now.
Yeah, it'll also be good to see some strong site anchorages. Like I think that really can also make the difference between an okay team and a great team on Vertigo. I mean, as we've seen recently from the major, like the best Vertigo teams at the moment, they have their strong anchors that can take 2-3 down with them, from good positioning and just raw aim as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially over towards that kind of B site, if you're not sitting and getting at least one or two when they push your site, you're probably not the man for the job, right? I mean, that site is so difficult to get back into if the util is good and the execute has been well done. It's so difficult to get back into it that, as you said at the major, you see plenty of teams just going for the save. I mean, you can be 4v5s, but if your site anchor hasn't done enough to bring down at least one or even two, teams are just not going for it. So it'll be interesting to see what they kind of get out of that. Obviously, the A site is a wee bit easier to get back into, especially if you get that opening pickup on the way back in. But again, you need a really strong site anchor there, potentially one playing around short and then your one actually in sight. And if the pair of them are able to play off each other quite well. Now, if we have a wee look at buys so far, I say that the map does look like it's getting restarted and hopefully will be underway, but I imagine on pistol round it'll be a fairly kind of standard switch between some players playing armor and others opting for that util on that pistol side. It's a fairly kind of standard setup.
Yeah, I mean, the armor obviously is a godsend, especially if you're a CT in pistol round. Like, you're just blocking those extra Glock shots, dealing with 11 damage to the torso.
Yeah,
it really makes that difference, being able to like take that extra damage, and sort of fall back and be a nuisance in the site.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if your site anchors can be the ones that are playing with util, to slow down the push, you then have those, if you can have armored USPs come in to kind of pick up or play for the retake or whatever, they're going to be taking damage all day long and still manage to find the headshots. So it'd be interesting to see. I would hope to see that at least one player on the CT side for pistol round opts for a kit. I think that would be a bit of a flaw if they don't. But I've seen it work. You know, if teams are really confident in their pistol round retake, they'll just go for it. And you know, you either get it with enough time to get the bomb, or you don't. It's a bit of an all-out strategy, but it does allow for, you know, that's an extra flashbang or a smoke grenade, right? You know, it's a lot of money when you're talking about pistol round.
Yeah, exactly, and especially if it's dropped, like if it's dropped in an inconvenient place where it's hard to get to, or if it's a pushing player that's then taken out, trying to retrieve that $400 is easier said than done, especially on a pistol round.
In terms of other pistol round strats, something that certainly myself and you have done quite a bit in the OTC team, but haven't seen too much in this competition so far. Not seen any boss raids of P250s armored up. You know, that's a really strong combo. If you've got one person that you know is clicking heads that night, you stick them on a fully armored upgraded pistol on the pistol round, and you just say, right, off you go get kills. I wonder
especially
if
on that terrorist side, like the terrorist side, like with the Glocks and the sort of inaccuracy with them, having that pinpoint accuracy, first shot accuracy with the P250, just, you know, can really catch the CTs off guard, and you know, you can win those duels which you might otherwise not be expected to win with a Glock.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I agree. Now, in terms of looking forward, just past Vertigo, obviously with Mirage coming out for the side of Team Takuuu. So, you know, if everything goes to plan, you know, we should be on for a good three mapper. Bushmoister picking up Vertigo, Takuuu picking up Mirage, and then going back over to Overpass, where we'll have a knife for sides. However, I do want to have a quick chat about this Mirage side, because obviously it's a map that pretty much everybody is happy and comfortable on. That could be a hard pressed, you know, if that's your pick, that could be a hard fight.
Yeah, it is an interesting one. I wonder if I didn't see the ban phase. I wonder if like some of their other picks were just taken away there, because yeah, I feel
Potentially left a wee bit stranded on
unless, unless they've got some strategy they're coming to that they think that they can either really just boss their T side and just really take a big lead there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here's the fruit of all our speculation. We have no kit on the CT side, full armored USPs on one side, bar Floki, of course, and then a mix of util and armor on the terror side. Bit of mid pressure here. Scrags to defend from elevator. Molly up the angle. He's going to have to fall off, and it looks like a pretty solid mid take here. Going up over scaffolding. Keeper for the first. Bazinga on for the second. Body shots all the way, and all the kills are in the way of Team Takuuu here. It's a strong pistol round. They know where last is. They've got the eyes on. Finds two. Way back into this. 2v3. No, absolutely. Floki with a swing from orange boxes. Shuts that down. And that is a convincing pistol round from Team Takuuu.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great start there. They took mid control very quickly. They had access to that B site. I think they even got the... Did they get the initial kill there as well?
No, I don't think so. I think K-Pal with the first.
Kill, but they had the Molotov to keep any rotates like stop there for a second, but they just couldn't keep control of that mid aggression, and it just fell apart very quickly there.
Interesting buys coming out here. Obviously, the new meta with the A1S allowing for 2 full rifles and head armor on this second round. It's a pretty risky play, right? I mean, you lose them, you give up a round, and you're probably giving up the round after. Nice to see the terrorists being very conservative here. Team Bushmoister just opting for a couple of flashbangs and full pistols all the way. This should be a pretty straightforward round for them. Takuuu, when you first contact in mid, spots to jump up. Threshold, move. Takuuu on one. That's one of the rifles down. Will be retrieved. Takuuu to clean up, and that's him with 4 in that round, I believe. That's a strong start from him.
Yeah, I mean, just feeding the MP7 there, you know, just running straight into his crosshair. You know, I mean, I like to see it sometimes. You know, you don't need to. You've not bought anything. You just want the round out the way so you can get back onto your full buy.
Absolutely, farming the money. Bushmoister showing off a very nice lower there. That's making me jealous. Right, full buys coming out from both teams. I say that actually, still kind of a half buy over on Team Takuuu, just trying to make as much money as they can this early round. Davies found Bazinga. I'm not sure what that was. Scrags pressure mid, gets nothing for it except for the info, and just scrunch left here. All the way out onto the A site. Look at this space they've got. Find 2, scrunch Davies. And it's just Katar left for this A1S. Finds one. Oh, finds the wallbang headshot onto Davies. Looking to try and get back into this from the scaffolding position. Is going to be found by Scratch on the flank. And that is a first round on the board for Team Bushmoister, and relatively clean. I mean, that's 3 rifles kept up. Money's starting to kind of grow, although we do now have a full gun round coming out from Team Takuuu. Obviously, for going for a couple of those MP9s in that last round, just to really farm up the cash. And you can see it's worked. They are just going to opt for the save, which is interesting. Definitely the ability to get a full buy.
They've gone for heavy util there, but still, yeah, not really wanting to buy into this round. Obviously, they want to build their economy up and just try and make sure they can stay in this half in terms of buys.
Yeah. Fast ramp presence. Maybe through the swing, doesn't find anyone. I guess tagged up a bit on his own. Floki stuck here, Molotov'd out. The Zinger from the crane doesn't find anything. Fresh OG burns Floki. Scrags finds Davies from elevator though. He's just playing around the edge of the smoke, but it's out, snuck all the way around, out onto site. Smoke's going to be dropped. Takuu's going to be locked out of this position. Smoke's not great, there's a gap in that. He could get around it. This bomb goes down. Not much you can do here. 8 HP and a P250. If you can make this one hurt, if you can take another gun off, that's ideal. But this round almost certainly going the way of Team Bushmoister, making it 2 for 2. Nate's coming all round, taking them down to 7 HP. Oh, it's not looking good. Poor Takuu's stuck here. The taps eventually come through, takes 1 rifle. I don't know if that's going to be retrieved. Fresh OG with the scout might want to upgrade that one. He isn't going to find anything. If he can just protect that rifle, or even better, get away with it, that would be ideal. Now he's going to go for it. No, he's getting out, he's away. But no, he's not. Swinging short, and without, we'll find him. But that is a rifle dropped, and the scout carried over, right? So I mean, that AK wasn't retrieved. That's going to hurt a wee bit financially for Team Bushmoister. It does bring us 2-2 on hopefully now the first full gun round. Spoke a bit early about that a bit early for that last round.
Yeah, it seems a bit strange that Fresh OJ there has gone for the scout 2 rounds in a row when he could have afforded either a Galil or a full AK rifle. So yeah, I don't know if he's not feeling confident in his main rifle picks, or if it's some strange economy tactic being brought out there.
Yeah, potentially. I like this, right? Good defaults from both teams. A wee bit of pressure ramp from Team Bushmoister, and Davies just pushing up on the short here. Oh, there we go. Opening 2 kills for Bushmoister. Tries to find Bazinga.
Flash there.
Only slightly. Kator does even out, but Davies again straight back in the trade. Finds Folky. Bomb's going to go down. It's going to be a 1-on-4 as Fresh OJ using that scout, putting it to work, finds Kator. Just Bazinga from this elevator position. I'd be amazed. This is interesting. Money not really there for Team Takuuu, and going for this does just seem to be throwing away a rifle. I say that, he's found 2, he's going to find a way back in, he's got 3. USB comes out, can't quite find without. That is a very close round and has put the financial hurt back on Team Bushmoister there. I think Takuuu should be pretty happy with that, actually.
Yeah, I mean, considering that round was almost a complete whitewash, you know, they really managed to sort of get back into this round right at the end. It's just a shame that it was only economic damage that was done in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Round could go the way of Bushmoister eventually, but here we have another pistol round coming out for Team Takuuu, just trying to get that economy back up, looking for the buy next round. Information spotted bottom ramp, sees without, can't quite connect the spray, gets a couple of shots off, blood in the walls, he knows. Nade goes up. Takuu's still half HP, he's done fairly well to keep that push from without down the bottom ramp. Now pressured from T-spawn, this is an interesting one. They're going to have to go now because they know the flank's on. But they have been given, they've been allowed B site for free. It's just Kator here and he's let them all the way into site. Swings, finds the head, can't find a second. Scrunch picks up Kator eventually, and that's the site. Officially Bushmoister as the bomb goes down. Look, he's going to swing from scaffolding with his teammate here, not going to find anything immediately. They know where one of them is. They know the other back pillar. Scrunch just tapping away, finds the head of Floki and Bazinga. Scrags trades onto without. Bushmoister leveling out, and again, just Takuuu with his P250. What can he find? Not much. 3 rifles saved, and a 4th on the round for Team Bushmoister.
Still not
doesn't get any easier to say.
Yeah, it's still not an awful eco. Taking 2 rifles down on a round where you not invested anything is still,
Yeah,
solid
absolutely.
effort from the CTs. Just
I mean, a four round win streak, and the fact that the terrorists are all in a position where they have to win a round in order to get a buy is a really good position. Gun around here, M4A1S across the board. Armor on everybody bar Katar, but obviously it doesn't make a huge amount of difference against these AK. Scrunch has already picked up Scrags, putting it a 4v5. Bomb's looking towards this mid position. Trying to see if they can catch out Bazinga here. There's a swing, Bazinga goes good. Bomb isolated in mid now. Say till he's still got his heart there. Nades and scaffolding.
it just seems to be every round. Team Takuu's just giving away those early picks. I don't know if it's I'm not seeing them, but I don't know if
The shots.
it's
There we go.
like going for information plays early or what, but like they seem to be consistently losing these early duels, and it's just instantly putting them at this deficit that they just can't quite come back from every round.
Loki's got the read here. He knows. Question is, he's going to hold this nerve long enough. See Katar starting to doubt it. There we go, without the swing from the back of White Box. All on Katar, doesn't find anything. The bomb's going to go down. That's a nice wee cash bonus for Team Bushmoister. A 5th in a row. Really starting to put the hurt on Team Takuuu on their CT side now. This is going to be a difficult one for Team Takuuu to get back in.
Yeah, I at this point I think I'd like to see a slight change of tactics somewhere. Maybe either doubling up on these information plays or playing a bit more defensively so that you're not always playing from a 4v5, which they seem to have been playing pretty consistently on these gun rounds, which is just very difficult, especially on Vertigo to play with. And they seem to have won the opening duel this time.
That's good. That's over towards ramp. Looking like a fairly heavy kind of lean there. Well, they haven't committed to it too much. Only a couple of them pushed out, and obviously, tell a lie, there we go. Davies and Scrunch have found the openings into sight. There is still 2 here, and it'll be interesting to see how they play this. Numbers not really an issue here. 2v2. Looks like the bomb's going to head back towards that B, and that's a perfect read. Both members of Team Takuuu stuck here on the A site. Scrags has got the read, though. It looks like they're both going to go for it. They're both going to stack it. There's the util. That'll confirm it, and it should be an uncontested plant for Team Bushmoister here. Looks like it. Retake coming in from CT here. This is going to be an interesting one. It goes for the jump.
Well, he's made
that
it.
was a wee bit close. Can't connect the shots. That's the peak. And the other. That is a convincing cleanup from Scrunch. Certainly seeming to connect all the shots. Though. Currently going 9-5.
Yeah, I mean, it was a promising start, but just instantly, once again, the refrags from the Team Bushmoister just sort of sent the counter-attacks into sort of disarray, and not much of a chance back into that round once you lose the plant B as well, even in the 2v2.
Here's the play you wanted, a hard mid push from the CTs. They're all here, but it allows Bushmoister just to walk out into different parts of the map. Scrags and Takuuu, however, have made it work. 5v3. Floki does balance out a wee bit. Floki second. However, OG to pick up Scrags, and that puts it solidly in the position.
Yeah, I mean, not exactly what I'd have gone for, but the aggression did work out here. They got the kills, and they now have that man advantage. So, hoping they'll be able to convert this round here.
Yeah, last on site. There we go. Katar's picked up Davies. And there we go. That's a 3rd finally for the side of Team Takuuu. Looking like they're just starting to recover. And as you said, right, I mean, Team Bushmoister have been so strong in these trades. If one player goes down, they're immediately traded. There's no hesitation. And it's allowing them to get numbers advantage going into site. And where Team Takuuu are going down, they're not being traded. The CT side aren't actively swinging for picks. They're not going for it. They're opting just to play a wee bit more passively, and it's getting them punished, right? I mean, Bushmoister is so aggressive here, and it's working. These trades. Smoke down mid from Bazinga. Let's see if that'll hold off the push for a wee while. Bomb leaning still underground over towards that B side. Nothing too committed yet. Scrags with a CT peak now. Takuuu has found the head of without. Wee bit of a stalemate here. Obviously 5v4. Good start for Team Takuu's. Clock hits a minute 5. Plenty of time still here, and it looks like this mid hit is still going to come through. 3 players here. Here's the util smokes. Dry peaks, however, works for Bushmoister. Scratch as well, picking up the Zinga and CT. Molly's down. Have made it work. Going 3 for 3 now. Takuuu, a good hold from elevator, and Katar from the back has absolutely ruined that push. Just Crunchies here, trapped in no man's land. Found of Katar. 1v1 now. Bombing is back. Floki with a swing, kicking out the shots. Oh no, that's heartbreaking for Floki. He had the perfect swing, the timing, everything, back turned, let down by his FAMAS spray, and that's a 7th on the board for Bushmoister at a time when they really needed to convert that.
It just seems to be the story of the half as well so far. It seems you see a really good play out of Katar to get Team Takuuu back in the round, and then it's just at the death, just the individual duels from like Team Bushmoister just coming out on top, and just winning out the round there.
Absolutely. Bit of ramp presence here from Bazinga. Flash 3 by his teammate. Doesn't find anyone. No one home there. But he is going to walk straight into Davies. Does pick it up. Floki's found without over on that B side. Bushmoister trying desperately to get some mid presence here. Claw back some map control after having lost so much.
Yeah, I mean, here, Team Takuuu should be able to pretty quickly close them down. You know, they have that space on ramp, they have that space in B. They should be able to sort of start closing down that space and really, like, restricting Team Bushmoister here and forcing them into that mid where they can sort of just win out the round.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they have to. Team Takuuu have to know now that 3 players are mid. They've got the read. They know where they'll be. They'll know what to expect. And I like this, right? They're playing passive now. They're not giving them anything. They're not walking into a position where they could be multi-killed or whatever. You know, they're just sitting back. They're kind of chilling out. And they know that the responsibility is on the They're going to come around mid. Scrags peek around the side of smokes. Doesn't get anything. Takuuu does find one, but Scrunch again. All on Katar here if they decide to go B. That swing from CT has worked for him so much. I'm amazed they have not been reading into that anymore. He has done that about 3 times now. I'm amazed. I thought they would be going scaffolding there. I thought potentially he'd have that duel to take. But no, Bushmoister just ploughing straight through elevator, not smoking CT, and Katar again with a swing picks up another, putting him squarely top of the scoreboard for his team. Top of the scoreboard overall, despite being down.
Yeah, it does seem that we're going to get a pistol round here out of Team Bushmoister. Though they still could have probably brought out a half by here. They've just like Tech 9 and some armor for this round.
I mean, these Tech 9s are lethal again, right? You know, they were for a while and then they weren't, and they're kind of, we're starting to see them again. It's doable, especially the fact that, you know, they're armored, armored Deagle there as well. It's got potential, but it'll have to be a pretty solid hit.
I mean, you know,
damage exchanged over on ramp. Nothing happens.
I mean, with the CT majority of them still in M4s, you'd have thought they might have invested more into the to try and give themselves that edge in the fact they have to get 2 hits to kill them.
This should be a pretty solid cleanup. I say that without just found another, and this is starting to get messy. Tech 9 still pretty much on full health. Say that, Davies taken all the way down. They got the read, that's a second. This is getting concerning. They've got the read without found Scrags. It's just Floki left. Bushmoister's picked up the AK. Could get caught with the timing here over the top of the box. That step heard. Floki's gone. One of them's near. Isn't pushing too much. There we go. Floki finds Bushmoister. Without to get Floki.
You hate to see it.
You really do.
Especially with those anti-eco rounds. I think, although they are much harder to win, they feel more painful to lose because you know you're losing to the inferior weapons. But
and that's a strong eco from Bushmoister. It's allowed the full bag to come out here. You know, rifle, nades, armor, the whole lot, and it's forced Team Takuuu onto the eco, right? I mean, that's That's not what you want. You do not want to be 8-4 down and stuck just trying to eco to get your money back up. You want to be making as many of these gun rounds and as close a chance as you can. Because I mean, realistically, 9 times out of 10, the eco shouldn't be in the way of the team. They are just pushing him. The nade comes out. The spray is messy, but he does eventually find the head of Takuuu. That is a miraculous headshot. I'm not convinced that should have hit. And we go 3v5. Fresh OG, the only one in any kind of real trouble with his HP here, looking to get that B presence. Just Bazinga with the Deagle on site to protect. Not finding anyone. Scrunch finds Bazinga though, without just spamming through the smoke. Still Scrags here, can't collect anything. Bushmoister picks him up. Poor old Katar, left to do it all again. Bushmoister finds his head, and that is the end of that. That is how you win eco rounds. You should not, or sorry, how you win against eco rounds. You should not be, scared of Tech 9s and be, taking it right down to the wire. I mean, that's a convincing way to beat out an eco round for Bushmoister. They group up and start together. They really take the usefulness out of these pistols, the CTs, all the way up mid. That is an interesting
bloodbath.
It really is. And we go 3v2 in the first 20 seconds of the round.
5 players gone. But yeah, just to circle back on that eco point, yeah, I think because of the whole game state at the moment, Team Takuuu just giving a bit too much respect to the terrorists, allowing them to get into those good positions to take the gunfights as best they can with the pistols. Whereas obviously Team Bushmoister, they know they're winning the half. They know they're winning their duels. They have the confidence to then go and take those fights with the pistols and win. I think it's just shows the difference in mentality there as well.
Ignite going to come out from Bazinga. Not going to find anyone towards that back pillar position. Bushmoister with one of his own. Interesting. They're certainly wary that somebody could be here. They're really taking the time. Finds the clear scaffolding. There we go. Bushmoister on the pair of them. It's total up to 16 now. He's having an absolute riot this half. KD of 2 so far. That's exactly what you want. You want the confidence flowing on your map pick. It's what you want, right? If you win your map and it's convincing, and you've had the warm up and you're starting to feel good and you're hitting your shots, going into your opponent's map pick suddenly doesn't seem as daunting. Because you have that kind of confidence, and so much of it if this game is just playing aggro. Fresh OG with a push finds Takuuu. Sorry, Scrunch finds Takuuu. My apologies. Katar does pick up Davies, but he's gonna have to swing from short. Both players there. Floki to find OG and Floki to find Scrunch as well. This is starting to look really good. Scrags to find Bushmoister, and it's just without left on site. Just as I'm talking about having confidence flowing through their veins, they get utterly rinsed in that final round to bring us to a 10-5 half.
Yeah, I mean, there we just saw the confidence maybe work against them a bit there. Just being a bit too aggressive on those duels, taking them without the required support of those smokes and flashbangs, and just sort of really went against them. And Team Takuuu, making it a bit more of a competitive half at 10-5.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be interesting to see whether they can keep this up. I do believe our score lines are wrong at the moment. It should be Bushmoister with 10 rounds and Team Takuuu with 5.
It did throw me off a little bit there.
Just in case that throws anybody, they haven't done a magical switch at halftime. It's not like an Uno reverse card. Without playing from this concrete position, let's see what you can get done. Bit more of a kind of defaulty play coming out of Bushmoister here. They know, group up information plays. Let's see where they are. Let's poke and prod a wee bit, see what we get, and then we commit and we take the space from there. Plenty of time here. 1 minute 14 to do that as Floki takes the peek into mid. There is nobody here until they meet Bushmoister. Until they meet Takuuu over towards mid. Swing comes out, smoke goes down. That's right, that smoke to hold them off. 50 seconds, that's going to take them all the way to 30. They are just going to disrespect it, going to push it all the way without playing a Bazinga. Floki eventually swinging around, getting Bushmoister. They know where without is. No, they don't check it. They don't check it. Floki with a swing without, can't connect the shots. Scrags finds the head of Scrunch. Davies does find Scrags, and Davies finds Floki as well. 1v1, Takuuu versus Davies. Sorry, Katar versus Davies, and Katar swings and gets that. That's a close pistol round. It's a very close pistol round.
Very close, but still going in the favour of Team Takuuu, and that's what you'd want in trying to mount this comeback. You know, you want to start getting your economy going. You want to win this anti-eco here. You know, you want to get the money on these SMGs, which I think every member has gone for an SMG here. So it'd be good to see them get some money in their pockets and hopefully string some rounds together now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want to see them really start to farm the cash. They want to feed these SMGs as much as possible. That's not going to happen with Bushmoister on fast aggressive flanks like that. Catching Katar with his pants down. There we go. Nice nade onto Bushmoister. Deals with that flank and they can get focused on the site take, which by the looks of it, they're going to get for free. Team Bushmoister are so occupied with trying to get the play with the flanks and stuff like that, they have just let the side slip. It's only Davies with the P250 here from scaffolding to try and get around it. Bazinga finds Scrunch and Floki finds Davies. And this should be a pretty clean round. If Fresh OG can remove one more gun, that would probably be the best scenario here. Without, does look like he's going to go for this with the UMP. Thinks better of it now, I think. Just opting to sit tucked in. Maybe get some exit kills, make this financially hurt. By the looks of it, Scrags has got an idea. I think they know. He's going to hear, he's going to get the information. But none of them are going to push ramp.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Does forget about the bomb blast radius and forget that he is sat essentially right under the bomb there. However, that's a good round out of Team Takuuu. It's one that they absolutely had to pick up. You know, if they start losing that pistol round conversion, then they've got some serious problems. Gun round for the side of Bushmoister, kind of half buy, force buy, bonus round, whatever you like to call it for Team Takuuu here. And again, this one is as much about farming cash as possible. Flashes go over, missed flash from Scrunch, just can't quite jump high enough.
He's done dirty by the observer there.
Bushmoister to hold this mid position, he's been so good before. Gets a swing, spams, no one there. He can't find the head through the box, but he has the information, right? He knows there's one there. Davies with a spam down onto mid. Takuuu again just with a swing. See if he can get his nade lineups right. Yeah, dunked over. And Fresh OG around here with only a third of his health. Scrags looking for it. Bushmoister straight through the box without finding Takuuu. Just Katar left, boosted up. Fresh OG with a swing gets him as well. Both players now for Team Takuuu kind of stuck, isolated in this B site.
Yeah, see.
Towards A too much, they're going to walk straight into Scrunch. Checking their angles. Oh, Scrunch has got aggressive here and it's worked from. That's bomb drop, that'll be called across. And he's got to know last is nearby.
Yeah, I mean, and it's been a very clinical round here, like from this first full guns from Team Bushmoister. You know, just what you want to see when you're going up against mainly SMGs. You know, they know what the buy is. They played it safe. You know, nothing too aggressive, and just sort of let them take those long range fights against these sort of much shorter range weapons.
And Scrunch to find Floki in the end there. Yeah, I like that. And I mean, especially, you know, when the buy is, I would say, so delicate for Team Bushmoister, you know, if they lose that round, they have to eco the next. There's no question. Even if they start to lose lots of guns in that round and they win it, they still have to eco the next. So they play really kind of strategically, really tactically. They make sure that when it kind of comes time to, when it comes to crunch time, if you like, they hit their shots. They're playing smart. They're not dying to daft things. I say that Takuuu with an absolute swing out mid. Bushmoister's left wondering what on earth's happened there. Fresh OG to take up the mid mantle. Let's see if he gets swung as well. That is ridiculous. Flash out. Information gathered. So many players here. Katar finds one. Without does get the trade on Floki. Numbers favouring Team Takuuu here. This could be good. Good molly into elevator. It is going to stop without getting too much information. Make anything of it. They're very conscious of the behind and it's just not quite here yet. There it is. Scrags finding Scrunch and Scrunch finding Katar. 2v2. Let's see what can be done. There we go. Without the swing. Sorry, it was 2v3, my apologies. Without got one, he's gotten away. That is ideal for Team Bushmoister. Looking towards ramp, half aware of maybe a split. Oh, it's going to get really aggressive here. Looking for the fast rotate. Davies has found Bazinga on the flank, and it's all left to pure Takuuu. One, and he's still expecting without here towards this kind of CT position an elevator. Has no idea that both players now have rotated round. Probably expecting one, you know, that was the one that took his teammate down. However, probably is not expecting without here. If he gets this kill, he will certainly start to look towards that CT position. And without being really careful not to expose himself here, he doesn't want to get seen. There we go. Without picks up Takuuu, and that I really like that. You know, that's a strong play. Show lots of presence in one area of the map, and then rotate arguably the daftest way around onto the bomb site, and you know, just make almost not bait your teammate as such, because if he gets the kill, it's a win, and if he doesn't. You know, there's no way Takuuu expects him there. He's beginning to start to look CT again, and you know, he just gets caught in the back with his pants down.
Yeah, very smart play there. I do slightly wonder what happened in the sort of mid-round there with Team Takuuu. They sort of just, I think, forgot they had to go anywhere. It's sort of sat in that mid position for a bit too long, you know, like allowed the CTs to take the space back. I mean, to be fair, they didn't take the space behind, but very easily Team Bushmoister could have taken all that space back from them, and they would have been even more stuck than they already were.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that molly to get without off the position initially is really good. Takuu's found ahead of Scrunch with the P250. Bushmoister does find Katar. Looks like a wee bit of a fast retreat here. They try and get out of dodge, but they are going to bet by Davies. Scrags does pick him up, but it is just Scrags with his deep left. Let's see what he can get done. Load the dinks in. That's a feels bad. You know, as soon as you hear that kind of scoosh, you know that's probably your round done sooner or later. Not counting him out, he's been really good so far, and it'll be interesting to see what he can get done. If he can take a gun off here, especially if he can take a gun off like Fresh OJ or Bushmoister, certainly the economy is, you know, at least one person is then going to be forced back down to an SMG or a sub-tier rifle. If he can do that, without probably got the funds to drop across. Maybe Davies as well, given he's got 2 kills and his round bonus as well. Assuming he picked this round up, Scrags has just come all the way back round, and there's still presence here, right? I mean, he's not walking into an empty site. It's unlikely he gets a bomb plant here. Should be Fresh OG to deny. He's getting a bit hungry. 10 seconds to go. You can see him kind of itching. There's the steps. Goes to the knife.
Oh no!
There we go. The disrespect. Fresh OG with a knife. That's the money out. And that whole economy situation I was talking, where if they could take a gun off, yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter at all.
Not only is it $1,500, but it's the disrespect as well. He's gonna be angry after that one.
Absolutely. 13-7 for the side of Bushmoister. Obviously their map pick, and they're now acting on CT side. Interesting molly into mid there. Takuuu slowed down by the smallest patch of fire I've ever seen. A bit more of a kind of slow round from both teams here. Saying that, Scrunch has found Katar, and Bushmoister has found Takuuu. That's a really aggressive angle to hold. The nade dunk as well. Hasn't tagged Floki too much, only 5 HP taken off for his trouble. Bushmoister still playing the CT elevator position and getting a bit aggressive again with it. I think he knows that they've been pushing this mid, and he wants to punish it. That tag's going to be hard. He is going to sit and burn for a bit. Lose a quarter of his health, and the information more than anything given across there. Floki and Scrags going to know now that there's somebody sat there waiting. Just going to opt to leave it be for the time being. 3v5 and almost certainly an eco inbound for Team Takuuu here.
Yeah, and like I would like to see them do something other than just take this mid presence. They sort of defaulted towards it a lot, like because it worked a few times, but they also haven't really been adapting because they know that each round Team Bushmoister are putting someone up aggressive in mid, and they still aren't double swinging. They're swinging with a bit of util just to try and guarantee that fight for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Only one player going down for the side of Team Bushmoister. That's a strong line. I mean, look at this economy now. Without 9k, Fresh OG up to 5.4, Bushmoister up to 6k. They are probably buying out the remainder of this half. That is a lovely black scope as well. First time we've actually seen an op come out on this map so far. This will be interesting. Bushmoister opting to play the kind of hyper aggressive angle with it, expecting the mid presence. Nothing home there. And nothing made easy for him. He just back off towards that CT position. Without full blind down here on ramp, is just holding it. There's a spam. Bushmoister finds the head. Sorry, not the head. Without finds the head of Slowkey. It's almost certainly match point given to Team Bushmoister. Takuuu with a nice headshot with the Galil and without on the instant trade.
Yeah, I think that once again just sort of really exemplifies the difference between these two teams on this map. You've seen Team Bushmoister, even when they're losing a player, they're still getting those trades back. Whereas when you see players go down from Team Takuuu, they're just not getting those trades back, and it's just really hurting them in these rounds. When you're maybe getting 1 or 2 kills, but nothing more for your troubles.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to say I've been immensely impressed with Team Bushmoister and their trading capabilities. We've not seen specific site executes as much. We've been seeing quite a kind of puggy style of play out of both teams, with the exception of the fact that Bushmoister has just been immaculate at getting these early swings and trades instantly onto players that they lose, and it makes a difference. It's the reason why they're 3v2s or 4v2s. They're putting themselves in a good position. Bushmoister with the to pick up the final.
Yeah,
and the buy's not great for Takuuu here. It's not exactly what they're gonna want. It's not awful, right? I mean the things come out. The rifles do come out to an extent, but 3 Galils and not as much util as I guarantee they're gonna want. Bushmoister again with this early angle. But they know, right? Absolutely nobody there to contest that. It's all towards ramp. This Hail Mary play up towards the A site. Without on the spam. Fresh OG as well. The nades are just raining down. Brisinga's taken all the way down and without straight through the smoke. That's got to be heart-wrenching. Nothing more he can do. Just sit on and watch his team. Look, Scrunch from shore. Takuuu can't find his shots either. Scrunch has picked up 2. Does eventually trade out onto without. However, Fresh OG as well. Never mind. I take that right back. Fresh OG is all the way gone as well. And they have ramp control now. But they know the time's not there. They need to commit to this, and they know there's players on the side. Bombs dropped far enough down that they need to go for this. Scrunch, another straight through the smoke. Katar's gone. Scrunch the head onto Bushmoister. That's the op out of the picture. Scrunch is so low. If you can pick this up, Scrunch has a real chance of doing this. Shots are messy. Oh, Davies almost caught on the wrong side there. Scrunch looking for the swing round the back, taking up to 25, and that takes us to the end of our first map. That's a convincing showing from Team Bushmoister on their map pick. I think they should be really pleased with that, and I think it gets the guns and the juices, if you'll excuse the phrase, flowing in order for this this next match. And I mean, to go almost by the first 2 rounds, which is the pistol and the round after, undefeated on their map pick is a strong showing. Same from Scrunch, Bushmoister, and without all hitting 20 plus. That's exactly where they need to be. In order to be picking up their map picks. No hesitations, no doubts. A convincing showing.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, just what you want to see. Like, you want to be winning those rounds. They're going to have so much confidence coming into Mirage here. Especially, I mean, I'm assuming they'll be playing the CT side first, but they're gonna have so much confidence in their own ability. Especially with the sort of more even grounding that Mirage is compared to something like the Vertigo. I think, very possible we do see the 2-0 here, unless Team Takuu's got something special up their sleeve.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the morale can't be great after that. But we'll see. It would be really good to see a full 3 mapper here, especially getting over towards that overpass map. I think that'd be Interesting. We're going to go to a quick break, I believe, and we'll be back with the next map shortly.
Hold you closer than I did that night. Only time will tell for you and I. My blood is rushing. You give me something no one ever could. Love and romance and can't stop this dancing. Never felt so good. Will you follow me into the Netherlands? I will be there. No pain will ever meet us here again. Let's take a chance and never just let go. Breathe me in and let your spirit flow. Take a chance and enter the unknown. I am with you wherever you go. My blood is rushing. You give me something no one ever could. Love and romance and can't stop this dancing. Never felt so good. Will you follow me into the Netherlands? I will be there. No pain will ever meet us here again. Let's take a chance and never land.
Right, welcome back. Map 2 of this best of 3 in our upper bracket semi-final. Obviously, a very convincing showing from Bushmoister there on his map pick from his whole team. Obviously, now moving into Team Takuu's pick of Mirage, it's it's a comfort map pick, I would argue, from most teams. So interesting that they've opted to pick into it for a series such as this, especially given that the last map, being vertical, is incredibly team orientated. You know, it takes a decent amount of kind of cohesion between you and your players, or your IGL and your players. What are we kind of looking for to, you know, in the early couple of rounds? What are we looking from Team Takuuu just to kind of set the pace, show how they're feeling for it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping either for some strong, either strong defaulting or strong executing. You know, like making sure they are fronting up. You know, showing that like they aren't mentally affected by last game and that they are ready to come and fight. You know, like taking those duels, like winning, and really putting a stamp on the game to say that like this is our map pick. Like you may think you've got comfort on it, but we are still going to beat you. Like
yeah. Absolutely, and I couldn't agree more that this map lends itself so well to default, to executes, to complex mid round calls. I want to see them dive into all of that. I have to say I'd be a little disappointed if we just got a really kind of puggy game of Counter-Strike here in Mirage. I think both teams have strong aimers across the board. Both teams have the ability. We saw a couple of interesting kind of holds and mid takes and stuff from both teams over on Vertigo. I think both teams are capable of it, so I'd be really keen to kind of see what we get. Obviously, Team Takuuu kind of backs slightly against the wall here. You know, the map pick of Overpass being last available if need be. Looks like we're about ready to get started though. But yeah, this has to go the way of Team Takuuu if they want to continue kind of further on. Yeah. Here we go, pistol round straight off the bat. Let's get into it. There we go. Yeah, I think potentially we'll hopefully see the same armors across the board, and maybe a couple of bits of util from both teams. Nothing too ridiculous, I think.
Yeah, hoping to see some smokes. We're getting like 2 smokes and some flashbangs on the side of Team Takuuu, so it's good to see. So they're going to be going for a little bit more than just let's try and out aim people with USPSs.
Yeah, absolutely, and I like this. I like this this P250 from Bushmoister as well. That's going to give him a bit more freedom, just to kind of take some of the slightly more aggressive individuals against these Glocks. Deep nade from Fresh OG. Obviously, nobody home. Most of the players stacked up towards this kind of B pot. It looks like we're going to get a fast B push here. Takuuu finds Davies.
They've got the opening kill, and they've got that B site there.
They've locked them out. Floki finds Scrunch as well. Wee bit of aggression into market here. Takuu's found the head of Fresh OG through a box or something. Floki's picked up Bushmoister. And that is a pistol round and a half.
Yeah, I mean,
Takuuu.
That's just what we want to see from Team Takuuu. They're coming back out. Clean pistol round. No one goes down. And, instantly they're going to have the mental back. They're going to see that, they can win rounds. And although I know they did win both pistols last game, hopefully they can convert more here than just the pistol and the force buy.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like we got a bit of a pistol rush here, and they might actually catch the terrorists setting up for nades. This is going to be good. There we go. Katar finds one. Scrunch Bushmoister again. Katar finds second. Katar on a third. Without eventually picks up Katar, and they've gone 2v2. That is a strat and a half, I'll tell you that. Looks like they're going to pressure this. They're not going to opt. Oh, they've lost the bomb. That's why they're pushing this without finding the head, and Takuuu eventually trades. That gets very dicey for Takuuu there. That gets very dicey. And I mean, look at this. The buy is going to be a bit ropey now. Bazinga not going to have the full money across. And that has allowed Team Bushmoister to get a lovely full buyout here, and it's pretty much as close as we'll get to a gun round this early game as possible. Bit of a mid presence here, as the CT's back into a fairly default standard setup. looks like they have been given this mid presence for free. Nobody playing kind of in towards window. Chair and short control taken now.
Cater once again has picked up that opening kill as well.
Yeah.
Which is what we want to be seeing from the Terra side. We want to be seeing them getting those man advantages so that they can convert.
Absolutely, and I mean, given his performance on Vertigo, we're he's certainly a player that we're looking to really kind of carry this team through the map. Fresh OG picking up Floki and Katar. That's the big hitter of Team Takuuu down early on. Strags find OG, Bazinkas find Davies, and they've got the site again. It's all left without. 3 finds the first. Takuu's picked up a rifle as well, so this is suddenly going to become a lot more difficult. I'm interested that he's opting to go for this with kit and armor.
Yeah, that's a lot of value.
Yeah, the shots are messy, and I wonder if that's going to be called.
There we go.
Backs out there, 15 HP, keeps up the rifle, keeps up the armor and the kit. Managed to pick up a molly as well. Yeah.
Yeah, $600 on the counter terror side. Worth saving almost, just the sheer value in them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that really is. That's as good an outcome as he was probably going to get there. Might get caught here. Nah, the aggression isn't too far.
No, they want to be holding their rifles.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wonder if we're going to see a bit of a force around this rifle here from Team Bushmoister. Yeah, there's the drop across. It looks like we're going to get a force.
Yeah, surprising. I would possibly have opted towards a bit more of a save there, but maybe they think that they can still.
Yeah, I mean,
using
them
by surprise. Maybe Team Takuuu won't expect this many rifles in the 4th round after that sort of pretty dominant victory there.
I mean, if they can bait them in, if Bushmoister can bait them in with the pistols, maybe put in Davies or Bushmoister himself, put them in and kind of lull them into a false sense of security. Get Takuuu guessing, and then
it's just
really
he's gone. But
Takuu's aware of it.
Smart. He's seen it coming.
He really has. Bazinga up towards top mid here now. Solid crossfire and the window peak, but Bazinga straight onto the head of Scrunch, no hassle whatsoever. 3v5, starting to look quite convincing for Takuuu on this early side half. Bushmoister can't find the head of Katar. OG does pick up Bazinga again.
Yeah.
Just Davies now left with this. Oh, spam's not good, and Katar finds the head.
Another solid round from Team Takuuu there. I mean, really putting their stamp on these early rounds. Showing the last game is, just wasn't their map pick, but this game, they've come to play. They've got 4 rounds in a row, 2 of which have been sort of semi-rifle rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is their map pick. This is what you want. You want to condition Team Bushmoister. They want to kind of bully them initially. They want to make them scared. They want to convince them that it's their map pick. And what better way to do that than get 2 easy site entries and walk into the site for free?
I like this change of pace here. I like that they know that it's definitely going to be an eco round. The most you're going to be coming up against is a Desi. You can storm the site with brute force, and there's going to be very little resistance.
Yeah,
9 times out of 10, an AK-47 is going to be illegal.
Yeah, 5-7 doesn't quite connect. Floki picking up Scrunch. It's just OG in the back line. So there's a potential. There's a world in which he doesn't get checked, but there it is. Not this world. Katar picks the head. Way too smart. Knows what he's looking for. Currently going 7-2. Having an absolute riot of a game so far.
Yeah. It really is his server, and everyone else is just playing in it right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not scared of anything. He's taking those aim duels and he's winning.
And I mean, it's here's ops out, double ops out for the CT side actually. This early on is interesting. No one found Bushmoister again looking up into this palace position. Fresh OG saw.
They should have the info here. They should know that it's heavy mid presence here, and hoping to see something.
Takuuu finds Scrunch. That's one of the ops down. It's a fresh OG to try and get this off back if he can. It's not something they want to leave. The nade's good. Does tag up. Not as much as he was hoping. Bushmoister finds one. This could be strong. They needed that kill. Although Takuuu does pick up OJ in towards those other room. There we go. Bushmoister too quick. Finds Floki. He's found his rhythm. Not quite. Scrags does swing it.
Slightly too high on that second shot.
Takuuu showing off some movement. The heads can't be found. It's all onto Davies again. This B-side anchor has been so good. When he's tested, he's come up clutch on that side of the map, but now forced to play in towards the A side. See what he can get done. Information's there. Gets caught with his knife out. Saved by an empty mag. One player going to play down towards this ramp position, and Davies opting to hold on to that rifle. No one is to give it up, obviously. Armor again, plenty of util. You know, he's going to want to hold on to this, I would imagine.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
He did take down one in Apps B. I'm surprised he's not going back for that AK rather than holding on to this M4. It's obviously, the one-shot headshot is superior in most cases.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, maybe just, you know, slightly not quite feeling the same, and opting just to be comfortable in the A1S a wee bit more.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is a good start. This is what Team Takuuu needed. You know, they kept an op up as well, which they didn't have to buy. I mean, look at their economy; it's booming. The opper of Takuuu now having 12k, Floki having 6k, Scrags on 8k. I mean, the money is there for them, and again, it's another scuffed buy from Team Bushmoister. They're just not committing to a full eco yet. Good molly from Bushmoister. Gets the information that one of them's there, and the nade's going to go down. Gets shot before he can do anything with it. And Takuu's picked that one up.
Yeah,
Have to
I mean,
scrunch now with the FAMAS and Con.
really no question there who wins. Op or MP9 at long range.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Takuu's
nice
found
shot from
second.
Takuuu.
Very quick. This could be a bit of a showing here from Team Takuuu. They've come back with a vengeance. Falling into van. Nobody there. In fact, reset anchor playing quite far up in the short. Katar's found Davies. And that's an issue. There's a backline to be exploited now. Both players separated. One on short, and he's already been flanked out by Bazinga. Oh, can't connect the headshot, and there's Bazinga picking that one up.
If he'd
And
had
it's
the
all
AK
left in the
there,
Palace
he would have
player.
had the kill as well. He got the dink, but sadly it's the A1S.
Not much without can do here. He's got to play smart. He's got to get at least one, and Floki picks him up. No hassle whatsoever, and that is a lovely 7th to put on the board. I mean, these are convincing rounds now. I mean, these are not just a kind of, oh, you know, they just out aimed them. I mean, these are going for good mid control, and I think that's the thing, right? Takuuu have been so good at just obtaining and holding that mid control, and there's virtually no contest from Bushmoister's team, right? I mean, he is, and they are just kind of sitting around in con, not quite going for anything. I like this aggressive peak, but he's picked the wrong round. It's the round that they're not there. It's an A hit. It's all going to be on without here. This tag finds what? The Katar immediately swings onto without. Bushmoister looking over the top of the stairs, might get one more here. He's lucky, no, mollied and smoked off. Plenty of nades.
Yeah.
There's a
And
gap
really
in that
like-
smoke. I wonder if that can be exploited.
Yeah.
Crunch is going to push it, not going to find anyone. Floki's too quick, gets the headshot. Bomb's going to go down. The spam from CT is good. Davies picked that up. And Bushmoister's found another. This is starting to get worrying now. It's doable. There we go. Floki to stabilise. Davies running in with a 5-7. Can't get anything done. It's just the scout left.
Yeah. I like
Bush, no way. There's the dink. Oh, the triple swing. There we go. No respect.
that's
Not
how
letting
you
him
do
get
it.
away with that at all.
But yeah, I like to see the change of pace once again, you know, going for something slightly faster, just a direct entry into sight when they seem to have a good read on this counter-terrorist economy. They know when they're down onto their pistols and they are exploiting it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the money is, like, Team Takuuu are looking at buying out the rest of this half, kind of no matter what now. I mean, if they keep going the way they are, Takuuu straight through the smoke, has the lineup down to the bottom of the stairs. Gets scrunch at bench, and that's painful.
It's a real tilter. Like, you're just trying to get to your start position.
Look how much basically not. There's the, oh, right, okay, never mind. Without is way too quick on that. Back to double ups for the CT side. I have to say I'm not a fan of this, but it is working for them so far. J-Tar would swing into... Doesn't find, and look, the other side of the smoke here. There's potential. One pushes, there we go, Floki finds the head. He's got to know there's another. Information given across, they know now. They know that's the op as well. They're just not going to give that anything. Without has found another. Floki does find the headshot eventually. It's left to Bushmoister with this op. And the USP does tag up and then get the kill onto Scrags. Floki with the swing. And that's good, right? Because, I mean, Bazinga's low. You know, if Bushmoister pulls out his USP and gets that kill, it's concerning. However, not the cleanest round in the world, but again, another round on the board. That's them up to their 9th. It almost kind of doesn't matter now, right, what they get on this CT half. This half has been Team Takuu's half. It is theirs to win.
Yeah.
And if they keep this pressure and aggression, or not aggression in a conventional sense, but you know, if you keep this kind of well-placed aggression, there's a nice trade.
And this confidence as well. They are playing with confidence.
Yeah. They are. They really are. I mean, they're backing themselves to hit shots, and when they're not, they're playing with a teammate who will hit the shot for them. You know, there's really no lose for them at this point.
I think that's the key part. I think that's the key part of the confidence as well. Is it's not only trusting your own aim, it's trusting your teammate that if you miss the shot, your teammate is there to back you up and to get that kill. I think they're just missing in map 1.
And there's, just as you're saying, you know, there's a swing, somebody gets caught on their own. The headshot has been found by Scrunch with a 5-7. This is a little messier than I would have liked, because they're slightly left. However, they've got to know both players towards this B site now. The information has been given across. If K-Tar can get this kill, bomb plant should be theirs. However, that information will be called out now. They're going to know. I like this underpass play. This could be the bait and switch that they need to get this kill onto the short player.
Yeah, I mean,
I
they
would
should
like to see Scrunch get themselves over towards A. I mean, they're both playing B site now, and they know at least one is in mid, right? You know, there should be some rotation. It starts to come in now, and Team Takuuu have to go now, otherwise they're going to get caught with their pants down as they try and plant the bomb. Yeah, there we go. Too slow. Davies is already going to be here. There's the molly down. He's going to be there to deny the plan. Scrunch has found K-Tar, and Scrunch has found Scrags.
There we go.
At first on the board for Bushmoister, it's not lovely, but they beat out Takuuu in the timing there to get themselves over on the bait. They did eventually pick up, or get the read and pick it up, and it's a convincing enough round from them.
Slightly strange. I wonder if there's just the slight sort of misread on the economy there. You know, usually we've seen them go quite heavy-handed into these sites when they have these. They know they have the superior weaponry, but this round sort of playing it a bit slower and sort of allowing these very aggressive pistol plays to come through and catch them off guard there.
Yeah, absolutely. Just straight to that molly. Scrunch is removed again by K-Tar. The spray is good onto Davies as well. One nade eventually to pick up K-Tar from the dead body. Bushmoister playing from this market position doesn't get anything. Molly's off, he's got to go now. That's him. He's out of that position. Can't get anything through the smoke. Both ops playing from market. This is not what you want in a retake situation.
Yeah.
It's going to be up to OJ to pick up the really big entry kill that they need to get themselves back into this. Bushmoister does find Scrags. I don't know if they expect Takuuu playing this position. A double swing here is doable. Good repositioning. Floki's found fresh OG. Bushmoister has found Takuuu, but he is going to save. Both ops, by the looks of it, going to save here. And I'm just not convinced that the 2-op investment strategy is working. Their money is bad enough as it is with this loss streak that they've had, and when they do have the buy, they're wasting it on 2-ops rather than saying, you know, right, okay, well, we can have a buy round and a half buy. It's an all or nothing, right? We haven't really seen that proper SMG round out of Bushmoister or something like that. It's always been rifles and ops plural, or it has been nothing. And I'm just not sure it's the right call, especially when Team Takuuu are showing that, you know, it doesn't matter what you have, we'll just come into your site and we'll abuse you.
Yeah, the double op setup, especially after it didn't work the first time, it's strange to have seen it twice more come out from Team Bushmoister. especially when it is that $4,700 investment. It's a big investment to be making when you're so far down in terms of economy.
And I mean, it can work very well on certain maps. And yes, Mirage, it works better than, say, Vertigo. But I mean, you're not getting the same use out of it that you are on Dust 2 or what have you. And it's, there we go, Floki over the top finds Fresh OG. Smoke CTs, wee bit off, good nade onto without.
That does get that kill there, though. Yeah, and I think.
And Bushmoister's found another, gets instantly swung by Takuuu. Headshot to short, not quite. I've spoken too soon. Bazinga can't get it, and it's now kind of stuck here in limbo a wee bit. He knows there's a player holding from short, does pick it up, nice swing. Without just playing from the CT position, either needs to deny the plant or needs to get the player coming off the bomb. There we go. Takuuu gets picked up through Firebox. Wonder if he's going to expect Katar right in the corner. Can jump up onto that box. Nope. Bazinga is just straight through it. No hassle whatsoever. Can see through the walls and removes it. And that's it's an op that the T's didn't buy previously, and now they have, and their economy is still booming.
I don't know if we've seen Team Takuuu buy a single op here. I think every single time it has been picked up from a counter-terrorist body. So,
yeah, absolutely. It's just a case of, oh, cheers, yeah, we'll take that, no worries.
Yeah.
Top mid smoke. Look, I mean, there's no... Arguably, there's not enough mid contest here. There's no plays. It's just, early util and then play back into positions. And it's allowing free mid control for the terrorists, and this is something that they've had issues with. I mean, Bushmoister's team are getting, almost not quite shot in the back. They're just getting shot in positions that I don't get the impression they're ready for.
Yeah,
there seems to be quite a lot of surprise when they're getting kind of shot from these positions, and I think it is because once you have mid, you have pretty much map control at that point. You just need to pick a site and go for it. Good couple of opening kills there. We go 4v4, about a minute left. Takuuu ever so good at picking up this mid player, not so good at his KZ. Can't get himself up into window, and as a result, Bushmoister quite safe. Scrag's caught with a nade in his hand, takes from ladder. Bushmoister finds Katar. This is good. This is what they needed.
And just to touch back on that mid control, they are stacking those sort of 3 players, 1 connector, 1 window, and 1 short, into mid each round. They just aren't using any util to make a swing or make any sort of play to try and take mid control and or hold on to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I mean, they're not getting what they should out of such an investment of 3 players. That being said, that is a good round. It does rely on a couple of players really kind of coming up clutch there to get the big kills. But it's a second on the board, and it's, as a result, it means that we're going to have more than just the pistol round on the next half. This is a strong showing from Team Takuuu, and it is taking huge individual plays from Team Bushmoister in order to get rounds. And I mean, the players that were top of the scoreboard last map are, they are well down the board. Unfortunately, just really struggling to get themselves into this. Has found one, not ready for the trade. Takuuu perfectly timed, tapping away at the head of the stairs player. Can't find anyone, damage done. There's the flash for the peak. Doesn't come, comes a wee bit late. And this is the first time we haven't seen any direct aggression from Team Takuuu, right? I mean, they are waiting for the push. I don't know if they've got a different read in the economy or they think they have a read in the economy. They're looking for an SMG train or something like that, and it's not been given to them, and they're now just left floating, scratching their head a wee bit, going, right, we've got a minute. Where do we go? Looks like it's grouping up towards a kind of B hit here. Bushmoister playing 2 and 2 on both sides. There's the flash. It does look like the early rotates coming through already. All players just gambling straight to this. Scratch finds one, is naded down 66, but the molly's good. But look at this, the rotate's gone back, and they've all got a read on each other. They know, oh, everyone's here. We'll rotate back through T-spawn. Oh wait, they're rotating through T-spawn. We'll all go back, and the reads are good. And this is good. This is the first time that we've seen this from Bushmoister's team. Pretty aggressive push from Fresh OG here. Needs to get at least one if he's going to hold this ramp position. Does. Makes it work. Pre-fire. Scratch finds Scrags, and it's all left to Katar. On a 4v1. This is the kind of round we need out of Bushmoister. There we go. Up from CT. Rifles retrieved, and that's got to feel good. See, when you're 11-2 down, picking up a round in a convincing fashion with everybody on your team hitting their shots, that's what you want. You can't ask for more.
Yeah, I mean,
and Floki doing a huge amount of the heavy lifting here. Sorry, I was a bit more under the impression that it was quite a balanced effort, but these two players really going big to bring their team back into this.
yeah, and I think
Missed shot top mid.
that is what Mirage allows more. I mean, obviously Dust 2 the most so, but Mirage and Dust 2 is certainly maps that allow you to bring your big fraggers into the game a lot more than some of these more team-oriented maps like Vertigo. So, especially Overpass is a bit of a mix between the two, although it does require a lot of team play. So, if we do get to Overpass, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for both these teams and what approaches they take.
So far, I have counted a total of 7 missed op shots this round, which is a little concerning. It appears the players have forgotten to turn their monitors on. Nice flash, but Fresh OG dodges nicely and does manage to get the kill onto Bazinga. It's the mid presence sold. Good swing. Does pick up Katar, but Takuuu straight on the short.
Yeah, I believe, the phrase is the 5k decoy grenade. When you're ringing out that many op shots with nothing connected. So. Yeah.
Bit of a stalemate here as they kind of sit, and both teams kind of looking to see what can be done here, what will come. Team Takuuu very low on HP, but certainly all grouped up and able to trade off each other. If they can get this off of Bushmoister off mid, they'll have more options. That's going to have been heard. Does seem to have missed the timing to get them into mid. Does catch them there as they push stairs. Floki with a lovely swing, but without straight on the swing, straight on the retrade. Gets Scrags, gets Floki, and it's 11 for half at the end. Most misleading score in Counter-Strike?
Yeah.
Yes, no, what are we thinking?
I mean, if Takuuu can bring back that sort of early round, sort of that dominance, especially if they win pistol, I'm hoping that they can close out this map in convincing fashion. If not, it might start to get a bit dicey if Bushmoister's team starts to get those sort of stringing those rounds together, starts to get the momentum back. They start to get that sort of confidence. It could turn into a much closer game than I'm sure Team Takuuu won here.
Yeah. I mean, this pistol round is must win for Team Bushmoister, right? If they don't pick this up, then you're looking at a 13-4 before they know what on earth has gone on. Looks like a bit of a kind of information play coming out from Bushmoister himself here towards Underpass. Going to try and take some space and look to shoot some people in the back of the head. Floki's got the read, nose. Body shots will do the job. Here's the apps pop. There's nobody home initially, but there the CT swing starts to come through. Firebox as well. All the kills go in the way of Team Takuuu. Scrunch eventually finding Floki with that P250, putting it to work. Oh, what a peek from Scrunch, and it's just Fresh OG left here. Katar as well, no mercy whatsoever, making a statement. And this is where Bushmoister has got to be worried now, right? I mean, if they pick up that pistol, they maybe get it back to a 6-7, a 7-12, and suddenly there's a way back into that, right? Now, this is concerning, and rightly so. They've taken the full eco. They need to get their money up because they need to start defending, or they need to start thinking about defending against match point. Team Takuuu are just they're just going SMGs, the scout, as much util as you can get, full armor. They are making sure that they win this round to hammer on that pressure. That being said, Bushmoister has very convincingly removed Floki's head.
I think we missed it there, but it's probably one hell of a shot from main there.
Yeah, I think so. I do like this CT aggression, actually. Trying to make a statement, but it's not quite going their way. That's worrying. Takuuu potentially having given up this round now. It's all on Scribe and Bazinga. Full HP and armor. They have got the ability to do this. Bearing in mind, nobody on Team Bushmoister actually with armor. They have some weapons, but they don't have the armor. Scout rings out, but nobody home.
Yeah.
This is interesting actually. It was an interesting call. Had it worked, I would have liked it. And obviously now that it hasn't, I'm in a position of kind of saying, oh, it wasn't the greatest. Scrags does find without, but the trade's there. Playing for each other. 1D you can reload just to make sure that you can always call it a 1D. Scrags kind of stranded here. Not much he can get done.
Yeah,
We're just gonna toy with him.
Like,
Yeah.
there's very little you can do here, and he's just taken straight down by that eagle.
Bushmoister with a lovely couple of shots there. Definitely having to kind of drag his team through here a wee bit.
I think sometimes in these situations, you just need your big frags just to step up and grab your team by the scruff of the neck and drag them through these like sort of shaky couple of rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Just that statement, kind of look here. This is how it's done. Now do that the next round. Go click on people. I mean, realistically, Team Bushmoister is only what, a couple of clicks away from winning each round, but obviously it's a little more complicated than that. A bit of damage exchange here towards this kind of A ramp side. Does look like we're kind of posturing for an A hit. The USP all the way down. Okay, Bushmoister has picked up Bazinga, but Scrags has also found Bushmoister with his USP. These USPs are lethal. And suddenly, all the money that Bushmoister suddenly made up last round for having won a round that they had no business doing is all gone. Davies does find Takuuu quite convincingly, and there is at least going to be one rifle saved. That's good, but the money is not great for Team Bushmoister, and either way, Team Takuuu are going to be happy with this, right? They're going into next round with a full buy regardless. It's if anything, I would be kind of saying to Scrags, look, you want to save this rifle. There's no need to go for it.
Yeah, I mean they have the round. They currently have the round deficit to play with. They are up 12-5, soon to be 12-6. You might as well be keeping these rifles, like building your economy to make sure that you have that money to close out this game. Because there's nothing worse than when the scoreline gets to the point so you have to be, you're forcing out these rounds with half buys. You've got a couple of SMGs, and you're just losing these gunfights because you don't have that equipment value.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is where it starts to, it starts to get a little worrying for Team Takuuu, and it starts to get a little brighter for Team Bushmoister. Suddenly a 6-12 scoreline is much more achievable. They're not being pushed all the way up to that, 13-14 scoreline where they're looking to have absolutely flawless rounds, many in a row. They now have, they've got a long way to come back. That's absolutely fine. However, they have rounds to play with now. Team Takuuu still have got to pick up 4 rounds. So not every round has to be perfect, but as long as the majority of them are, they'll start to get themselves back into this and give themselves a real chance. Looks like we have got a bit of a pause here. I'm not sure what's for. It doesn't seem to be a tech pause. All of our players still around, potentially Bazinga, the only one who hasn't bought. I wonder if there's a slight issue there. But yeah, as we were saying, Ben, I mean, this is suddenly a much more doable, viable situation for Bushmoister than it was at the half.
Yeah, I mean, you've won some rounds on your T side already. You're already doing better than their CT start, and they've got to start feeling it. They've got to continue this momentum and just sort of start pushing Team Takuuu. And I think the more they push them, the more Team Takuuu will probably start to question themselves again, sort of start to turtle up a bit like how they did on their CT side of Vertigo. And I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I'd love to see the third map, but.
Yeah, I have to say, I would really like to see an overpass out of these teams. I think at that point, we've seen some really good tactical Counter-Strike from both of them on their own map picks, and then not so much on the other map pick. I think it'd be really interesting to see them in a neutral kind of environment. So let's go in for the early peak. Not going to find anyone. Takuu's found the head of Bushmoister out mid. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be losing that initial duel, especially when it's such an easy one to keep up by just not taking that dry peek into mid.
Yeah, especially when you have the operative without there, that should be a round that's picked up, or that should be a first kill for you picked up most of the time.
Yeah.
So we go 3v4 now. Weapons now starting to favour Team Takuuu, the exception of that SMG onto Bazinga without found Floki.
Yeah.
And this is good. This is what you need. You need your opper to kind of stand up and say, right, this is my mid. I'm holding it. The rest of you, go and play on your sites, do whatever. But it's his hold, and it's now not being contested. Like, Bazinga's trailing back off towards short. You've got Scrags playing in towards that kind of mid-window jungle area, just not committing too much.
Oh,
Saying that, might get the swing onto Davies here.
Yeah, especially that failed Molotov. They're gonna have to. Oh, and they're not hard swinging
Didn't
that.
check it.
Yeah.
That's a rough one. Thinking that you've got the.
Oh,
did they not
dear.
set you up? Oh no. Oh dear. That's not good. Well, someone not found their E key fast enough.
I think he found the E key. He just didn't find the up in that pile.
Correct. Yeah. That's an interesting one. That's a fairly kind of schoolboy error from Bushmoister. Missed mollies and missed smokes need to be called so that your players are aware of them. It's not the end of the world if it happens. It does happen, but you need to be calling them. You need to get your teammate to then hard clear it, and it's just an extra step that is, if it's not done, it loses you round.
Once again, Takuu's just won that top mid duel. He's really stamping his name on the mid. And, saying that
It really is.
laying down that challenge for them to come and fight. Winning it.
Floki's found OG, Scrunch has found Floki, but Katar and Takuuu going 2.
Yeah.
And it's just without this Deagle left. He's got a lot of space here. Potential to get someone in the back of the head if he looks the right way and doesn't get caught with the timing. I wonder if he's got the information. He's got to find the head.
Oh no,
He's waited too long.
Yeah.
I can see what he was trying to do. It's there's a stress level that happens there when you're trying to line up multiple shots and think about how you're going to go for it. But it takes slightly too long, and that takes us up to 14 for Team Takuuu, and have put them comfortably after their slight mishap with the third and fourth round of this half. The second and third round of this half. They've got themselves back on. Let's see if Takuuu can pick out this mid fight again. He's done it every single time so far. And he's done it again. This is really not what you want for Team Bushmoister. To lose that duel consistently 3 rounds in a row. Takuu's been flashed back in, gets one full blind, but Fresh OG finds another.
That's just what you want to see from your top player. You want to be taking down multiple targets each round, top target, yeah. You want to be taking down multiple people in each duel, making sure that you're getting your team that early round man advantage. Even if you're traded, you're taking multiple down.
There's a lot of pretty sketchy KZ going on this server. Not many people having made that mid jump. Bazinga gets caught with the nade and gets moved though. Only 14 HP for it.
I think the observer's also doing people dirty by cutting to them just as they're pulling off the jump.
Yeah, it's certainly a nasty one to get caught. Fresh OG has managed to glock Katar out of the round, and the HP really favours Bushmoister's team here. If they can pick this up, a real issue. Fresh OG has found second to last, and the swing onto Scrags. That is perfect. That's what they needed. Gets them back into this.
Some good tenacity there. Even though they went down 2 players early, they fought back. They got the refrags. They fought through mid well. They took that control and they converted it into a round there. Yeah,
absolutely. Full buy pretty much still coming out from Team Takuuu. Wee bit of forgiven on the side of Scrags, for example. That Famas. But potential really to make this round work for them. Takuuu with the mid presence again. I don't know if they expect to push all the way up. Can't convert it this time. Bushmoister too quick, but I do like that play.
Yeah, it's good to see him changing up there. He swung connector. He swung from window a couple of times. It's nice to see, he's trying to catch him off guard this time. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out for him though.
Floki finds. Sorry, I lost who he actually caught there. Scrags finding Fresh OG though with the. That's good. Bazinga as well. This is a round they really shouldn't have won. The buy was not their way. Somehow, there's just been no trades for Bushmoister. It's all left without on this rifle. And yeah, I mean, he has to save it, right? The money isn't there for them. It's messy. Does eventually find it. I think if he knows the HP of Scrags, he probably goes for this, but I would still like to see him save at this point, right? The money's not there. Oh no, this is going to be heard. He's going to get caught with his knife out. Scrags going to be waiting. There we go. And that's bad, right? I mean, that rifle playing against match point would have been the Hail Mary. And I mean, now, you know, without can buy, fresh OJ can buy. The rest of this is not. I mean, you have Davies on a CZ. Bushmoister again as Deagle. He's been reliable on it. Scrunch on an unarmored, now an armored Tech 9. I mean, this is
And some very limited use as well. I'm surprised we haven't seen. I mean, Without doesn't even have. Oh no, he doesn't. Yeah, I'd like to maybe see one of them drop their armor to make sure that they've got those smoke grenades, so that they can still hit and execute if need be.
The MVP of this map has got to be Takuuu for this mid presence. That being said, Scrunch has just degged Floki out of the room, and Davies has found Takuuu. Interesting. This could go either way, especially if Scrunch finds that as well. There we go. Katar to stabilize. Can he find two? Can he find two? Pressured off the angle, does find the head and the bomb. Molly comes out, forces him out, but does find the head of Without as well, doing it all for his team single-handedly. Taking them to this third map. The spray's there.
There we go.
We're off. We're off to Overpass. We're going to see this best of three go the whole way. And I mean, as I said, MVP of that map has got to be Takuuu with that mid-hold. You know, he just did that time and time again. Held it, punished them, and, you know, after a dominant first map from Bushmoister, that's going to be a little scary to have been taken so convincingly on that map. Overpass next. When we get back, we'll have a knife round for sides, and we'll obviously get to see which team prefers. I would dare say the CT side obviously being the desirable half on that. But yeah, we'll shoot over to a quick break, I believe, and we'll meet you back here for Overpass.
Can you blow my whistle, baby, let me know. Girl, I'm gonna show you how to do it, and we start real slow. You just put your lips together and you come real close. Can you blow my whistle, baby, here we go.
Touching your face, but I've been craving all the love that you gave. I just wanna show you things, fancy cars and wedding rings. You deserve everything, yeah, I mean it, yeah, I mean it. Do it, everything you do so amusing. Do it, go and blow the whistle to the music.
Can you blow my whistle, baby, let me know. Girl, I'm gonna show you how to do it, and we start real slow. You just put your lips together and you come real close. Can you blow my whistle, baby, here we go.
Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me
I can wait another minute. I can wait another second to be with you for an eternity. I feel like I am in a daydream. Every moment that I spend with you, with you.
Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. Castle in the sky. Won't you take me
Oh, right. Well, welcome back. Final map of our upper bracket semi-final. We have Bushmoister and Team Takuuu. This best of three going all the way here to Overpass. A stomping out of Bushmoister's team on Vertigo, their map pick. A stomping out of Takuu's team on Mirage, their map pick. You know, this is the first time we'll really get to see these teams on neutral ground, and you know that would be really interesting to see actually. We should have a knife round for starters, and that'll hopefully give us our information as to which side teams are going to start on. I would imagine the winner is going to want to play. I suppose it falls under two. I'd be preferring to play my CT side, my strong half, and then you've only got to pick up some rounds on your terrorist half. However, you know, it could work other ways that teams want to get as much as they can out of their T side half, where they're still feeling it while they're hot. especially if it's Team Taku having come out of that Mirage side. They're feeling it. They want to play the bad side, and then if they do start to cool off a bit, they're then going into the easier half. But we'll get to see. We'll get a wee look as we go into our knife round. Now, I don't know if we try and cast a knife round.
I think we let them play it out. I think if I'm Team Taku and I win the knife round here, I'm wanting to play T side first. Like, I want to be attacking. I want to be getting aggressive, getting dirty. Like fighting, like scrapping. Like when you're still feeling your aim, like certainly. And then even if it doesn't work out, like the holds and the sort of counter terrorist like sort of play you can get, you've got that to fall back on and really sort of bring your round count back up if you have sort of failed to deliver on that T half. But
yeah, absolutely. Taki's fully about to clutch up the round.
Oh, he did. Not that we got to see, but he did clutch out the round.
He's clutched out the round. So yeah, let's see if our predictions hold up. I have to agree with you. I would be saying T side for Team Taku coming off the back of that Mirage, but they may opt for the comfort of CT. Does look like. Oh, sorry, no, things haven't been reset. My bad. Here we go. Right, things have been reset. They've opted to stay on that T side, and this is what we wanted. Right, if they can put out 5, 6, 7 max rounds on this T half, if they are anything as comfortable on their CT half as they were on Mirage, they'll walk away with this. But you have to remember, obviously, that was their map pick. They had strats, they had defaults, they had executes. It's a level playing field. Both teams now, and I wonder if we will go back to a slightly kind of puggy play, or if teams will have things organised and arranged for this.
Saying that, looking at Team Taku's buy, that is 5 sets of body armor and 5 blocks. So I think we are going to be, certainly for the pistol round, seeing a more puggy style come out from them here.
Yeah, I think so. Right, they're just going for kills. They're going to find people and they're going to click on them. Doesn't matter. Terrorists have already flanked all the way around behind them through their spawn, and are now shooting them in the back of the head. However, Bushmoister and Without haven't found 2. Taku eventually picks up Bushmoister, but the push is already in. Playing from this barrels position, Taku looking to find the head. It's a kind of awkward one to get stuck in. Held there, finds the head, and the second. He's too good. He's found 4 in the round. Bazinga's planted on A anyway. Doesn't matter. Taku's too good. That is a confidence booster and a half. I mean, he was, certainly by our opinion, the MVP of that second map, right? That is a good way to start. Picking up your T-side pistol and, picking up a 4K like that, he's got to be loving life right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be a confidence boost for the whole team. And it's just, it's what you want to be seeing from your star player. Like,
Yeah.
You want him to be picking up that sort of revenue and just put the team on his back and say, "Don't worry, I've got you." we're winning.
We are indeed. I as much as I like the SMG buy, I would potentially have liked to see a very aggressive rifle buy, a couple of hero AKs on some of those top players, because it really punishes, and as much as anything, it guarantees you the rank, but it sends a message, right? I mean, it shows, look, we are not here to mess around. Taku has swung, got scrunched, has picked up Taku. Good 3v2 HP and weapons, still favouring the terrorists. It's just Without left, is going to get straight side to side. Floki picks it up. And again, that's just a good money-making round, right?
It's good to see this time. They're not caught off guard by a fast push through main or anything like that with all the pistols, and they have clutched out the force buy round to make
Absolutely.
Sure
I mean, that's a must-win for them in that situation. Because if you don't, the economy then is trash for both teams. However, you then go into the next round without any chance of picking up because you're going pistols versus armored rifles. I have to say, in a situation like this, I suppose 6.5 doesn't. Obviously, they know those 2 Mac 10s still exist for the side of Team Taku, but every player on the opposite team opting for head armor there. That's a big investiture. Without making it work though, it's found 2. Bushmoister's found the 3rd. And almost the next. Nope, Bazinga does pick that up, but it is just Bazinga left. That's another good showing from Bushmeister on the CT side actually. Him and Without playing very closely together in stairs.
Yeah,
Heading
playing
down
off
to
each
con.
other well there, baiting in, like, you'd assume there'd only be one player there, really selling it well, falling back, and
Yeah.
just allowing Bushmoister to clean up.
Yeah, the bait and switch really playing and looking clean there as well. There's no hesitation. They know what they're doing. They know how to play it, and it is just Bazinga. Got the bomb strapped to his back. Be interested to see how much he can do. Might get caught on a timing here. Might get swung by Without. So he pushes into the. Yeah, there's the information. It's called. Nades, spam, all of the above, please. And Bazinga shouldn't be much more for this world.
Yeah, I mean, once you have that information, with 4 of you alive, you should be able to pretty easily swarm and choke out like the last terrorist member.
And he's being wrapped as well. So if the tree player doesn't pick him up, he will be swung from behind. However, Davies cleans that up, and 3 rifles kept up. That's not bad, and obviously they're all playing with A1S, so money there to buy for this round as well. It's maybe not the cleanest, but obviously they were against 3 AKs and 2 MAC-10s. It was never going to be a perfect round. So picking that making that a 4v1 is the best outcome for them there. Hopefully a bit more of a kind of defaulty play here. Again, by the looks of it, Without Bushmoister really pressuring this on position. Bazinga swings with a Deagle, can't get anything done. Follow-up nade, but nobody home. There's the player in park removed. That was convincing. And this is starting to look a wee bit more comfortable for Team Bushmoister than we saw on the pistol round in the Bushmoister holding that upper ladder. That's found ahead of Scrags. Again, Without in towards park. Picnic, my apologies. Loki playing around, Bushmoister not quite sure which side of the ladders to look. But it's just him and his Deagle left. And a dream. Doesn't get it. Davies eventually picks that up.
Of all the weapons to lose, the FAMAS isn't going to hurt as hard as losing it like a full rifle like an A1S at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can be happy with that sort of buy against the pistols there. And they'll still have full rifles to then go into the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd have to say, I'd like to see, we saw Bushmoister looking very promising, same with Takuuu on the ops, on Mirage. Takuuu not opting to take the op unless it's dropped, but obviously Bushmoister is certainly a very comfortable offer. Keter does find OJ. He was a name that was quite quiet in the last map, and I think it'll be good to see him kind of really step up again. Scruggs finding 2 from this head position, taps away for the 3rd, can't find it. Scruggs swings from the back of pillar, gets Scrunch. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see some strong offing presence, especially over towards that kind of long side of the map. Really just shut that down as a lane. Bazinga not quite ready for Bushmoister's swing. It's all left on Katar, playing in this water position, really low, Without has the read. He knows. That's it. And that is, again, I mean, that's another round, 3 rifles kept up. Money starting to grow here and starting to snowball a bit for Team Bushmoister. This is starting to look a wee bit less promising for Team Takuuu. 3 in a row now.
Yeah. Just to touch on that point, I do wonder if we'll see some interesting boosts come out. Obviously, there's the 5-man T boost, but there's also a couple of 2- and 3-man boosts that the CT side can pull off. I wonder if either of these teams will have them just in their back pocket, just in case.
If we get a 5-man op boost, I will be the happiest person alive. That would make my evening, to be honest. Would be trying to see either one of these teams pull off a 5-man boost. And it would work, right? I mean, Scrunch has been playing Heaven every round, and by the looks of it, he's going to keep playing it until he gets punished. And if that punishment comes in the
it's just Venus comeuppance.
Fresh OG does find Bazinga towards that short pipe. Fresh OG has swung again to find Takuuu, and Davies found Scrags. Terrace quite well split up here, and this is a good CT half. out of Team Bushmoister. Floki bounce without. Fresh OG gets the trade onto Kraker.
Straight through the door.
Straight through the door. Gets Floki. I mean, there's no messing around. These boys, you know, this economy is getting well out of hand. These boys are going for things. They're holding their bits. They know exactly where to be looking. And this is comfortable from Bushmoister, especially after, you know, their, shall we say, slightly lackluster CT half on Mirage. You know, this is what you want. This is what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, certainly once they've got those rifles in their hands, they're here to play. And I think it's sort of been the story on all 3 maps so far. Like, Team Takuuu have won every single pistol so far, and you know.
Yeah, that's a good point. A very strong pistol round team actually. Katar picks up Davies from that tree position. Switches his Galil out for an M4. Obviously not a huge difference between these two weapons without, there we go. Here's the alt presence that we wanted. Let's see, can he pick up a couple? There we go. This is what we wanted. Oh, the full blind flick from Takuuu onto without.
He is on fire for like.
He is.
You know, he is really dragging through these rounds at the moment.
Absolutely, these people are, or sorry, this guy is really taking his team through the matches here. And I mean, it works. You know, you have one player that can make the flashy plays, really get the enthusiasm up. It doesn't matter if the rest of your team don't instantly start playing, you know, like face at level 10s. But if that enthusiasm encourages them to go for aggressive peaks, you know, they start winning duels that way. That being said, Takuuu and Scrags have just removed second to last counter-terrorist player from this bathroom's position. I wonder if they're going to expect Scrunch this pushed up on lane. Guess is no. He's tucked in quite well. Flashes go out. He's going to know. Smoke down as well. He's going to peek around it early. Finds one. Scrags with a trade. And it's close. I mean, 19 HP, 19 points of difference, but it goes the way of Team Takuuu, and that puts them a wee bit more kind of comfortably back. Obviously, the money for Bushmoister has been sensational so far. They've managed to build it up. They've managed to snowball it. They can buy. They should be buying. There we go. They have bought.
There we go. Was it just taking a second to get their buys in order?
Yeah. And I like that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you have to take an extra 5 seconds at the start of the round to make sure that, you know, everybody's got the right nade, oh, the double dink from Katar with that Galil. That's a painful sound to hear. Without does trade on to Takuuu. Is he going to expect the other? He does. That's both the long players. There's still one playing far back. 2 now. Don't know if they're going to expect this actually. Floki's found 2 from this bathroom's position. And suddenly the round's a wee bit more balanced. HP pretty much similar between, however, Scrags goes for the swing, picks up Bushmoister, and it's all left the fresh OG now. Gonna play towards bins. See what he can get done here.
He has no armor though. Like, it's very dangerous, you know. The minute he gets hit, you know, he's gonna be hit with that aim punch. And also, 3 HP now.
That nade was rough. 2 players really low. 1 decent spray transfer and he gets that. Floki only 4 HP. That nade could be it.
Oh,
Picks up Scrags.
he is
7
making this-
HP across the entire server. Finds
Oh,
a hit.
he's
What
done
a retake. That is ridiculous.
You know, I doubted him. He didn't have the armor. He didn't have the HP, but you know, he's just out-aimed them. And
He's
that's an
out-aimed them,
impressive
he's out-brained them, and he's got the 5th on the board for Bushmoister. 7 HP on the server at that point between those players. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, and he just,
I mean,
he had no right. He had no right to pick up a round like that, but, you know, he had the confidence to go for it, and he backed himself.
I mean, the thing, you know, if that nade lands on, you know, if that nade did land on Floki initially with the low HP, you've still got a half HP player there to deal with. So, you know, he doesn't win that fight. Very well played indeed. Bushmoister again just bullying this position towards Con here. Free AK, no trades. Davies playing free, as he has done a previous couple of times. Kator does find the head. Takuu's found the head of Bushmoister with this Galil again. It's finally making the Galils work. This pair. Over towards party. And I like this change of kind of pressure now, right? They went for the initial fights. You saw, as much as they lost it, you saw that really early con push. And they've just backed off now, right? They're just starting to sit, kind of posture towards this lane, toilets position. Yeah. See what they can get done. This op swing is going to be perfect. There we go. Without finding the head of Takuuu. Loki left, kind of stuck in no man's land. Gonna need some util to get himself out. If without can hit this shot, this will be a miracle. Lovely angle, but it's very tight. He's gonna expose himself a wee bit more. It's hard to reload. Does know. Fresh OG just doing his diligence. Without find another. Doesn't find the second. Loki and Katar, and it's all left to Fresh OG. Did his diligence in clearing out B side, but as a result, both his teammates have gone down. It's all left to him. HP not favouring him this time. He's going to push towards this bank position, going to get caught out.
This time he can't make the magic happen, sadly.
Not quite. We're not getting another low HP clutch there, but that's it's a decent start to this whole map. I mean, this is what we want to see. You know, Bushmoister picking up 4, then getting broken, and now we're kind of just trading back and forth. And I think this is where we really start to see it. These teams are really closely matched. They are, you know, quite similar in terms of aim ability. The strats and stuff that they're playing are good. And it's coming now down to rounds of individual brilliance. You know, it's requiring 3v1 clutches that we saw and stuff like that. And I think this is really interesting Counter-Strike. Full eco for the side of Team Bushmoister, and they are just going to play this this con aggression, just going to walk all the way through here. Not being heard, no contest, and hopefully going to get to see a little bit of a sneaky action. Bushmoister having some issue with the stairs, no hassle there. I don't know if the T's expect this.
Oh no!
There's so many of them. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
No! Oh no! None of it's come up. Oh no!
Oh, he had the position. He just didn't have the aim.
That's a feels bad, and it's all left to Davies and Fresh OJ. Oh no!
Oh, you really hate to see it. Like, it happens.
Bushmoister's going to be talking about that. Talking about that in therapy sessions. Love the bait and switch there. Fresh OG does find the head of Floki as he baits his teammate round the side of dice. Flash comes out, well dodged.
It does seem like they are hopefully going to
They do know that both players are towards this kind of A side. Bomb has already gone B, but it is there alone.
Yeah, it's been quite a slow rotate there for info that was gathered quite quickly. So. Yeah. There was a bit of miscommunication there for a second between the players.
Possibly. Oh, he saw the graffiti player. Just the swaying, can't connect. The spam. Oh, the spam. Takuuu baited with a lovely jiggle peek, and Katar does find Fresh OG to save them. Yeah, Bushmoister is going to be talking about that round in therapy. That was a shame.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it. Like, he had the perfect position to win the round, but he just couldn't get the shots off in time. And I guess that's also the problem with the USPS against armored opponents. You need to get those 2 clean headshots.
But I mean, you know, six shots there separating him and round win. Or even, I mean, if he gets 2, he still has 2 teammates there.
Yeah.
Oh, again, he's just abusing them in this competition. This is one area that Team Takuuu have lost consistently. Scrags does pick up the quick rotate. Scrunch has found Bazinga and Katar's found Davies. It's going to be heard. Bushmoister's going to get the read. It's going to be cleared hard by Floki. Goes down to the AK. Rifle's on the side of without here, but I imagine not going to get too much done with it. In fact, potentially might look to save it.
Yeah, I mean, certainly with these connector rounds, like, Team Takuuu need to be having a more structured approach towards taking control of connector and preventing Team Bushmoister from using it as this sort of linchpin to start these rounds and start, you know. All the big rounds we've seen so far pretty much have been executed through this connector control, whether it's getting that backstab or just straight up taking the duels and baiting Team Takuuu in. It's been a consistent source of rounds for them, and I'd like to see
That's a
something
big pickup to
change.
save there, actually. Sorry, the op
Yeah.
being picked up by Without. That's a one that's been clearly missed by Team Takuuu. In this situation, they're not going to want to leave that behind, and it does allow them to get some exit kills. Potentially, there's potential here. And I mean, regardless now of what the final score is, the fact that Team Takuuu have picked up 6 on this half is going to get to keep the op. Needs to run or needs to peek it. There we go. Gets away with it. Doesn't get punished and gets to keep the op. That's a good pickup. Bushmoister team needed that, and that can be dropped across. But yeah, I mean, regardless now, 6 on the terrorist half is absolutely fine. I mean, at that point, I'm saying they're potentially not won the half as such, but they're very comfortable going into their CT side.
Yeah. It's certainly a strong position to be in, like with a map that certainly against structured teams is very hard to win rounds on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Bushmoister team clearly know what they're doing here on the CT half. I mean, the fact that they've gone for that connector aggression every single round and it's still working. They're playing off each other. They've got good strats. Without, it's just picked up Floki dry peeking that. That's interesting.
Yeah. And not picking up that off is already costing them.
Yeah. Good molly to keep Qatar at arm's length. Goes for the taps and the reloads and the jiggly everything here.
Yeah. Really try to get those highlight plays out.
Yeah, that or he's pressed the wrong DPI button on his mouse. Bushmoister tucked behind this position here. This will be interesting. Touch behind the screen.
Isn't this the
It's
position,
going to let
though,
2 past.
This is the position, isn't it, that your silencer sticks out if
does.
you're not tucked into
He's found
the
one.
wall.
He
All
needs
of
to make a
this
play now.
stuff,
He's looking the wrong way. I don't know if he expects one to be inside.
He didn't, but thankfully his teammate was there.
Scraggs has found Davies and Bushmoister has found Scraggs. He's got away with that one. Looking completely the wrong direction after the first kill. And Fresh OG picks that one up. Nice easy. AK swapped out. And that's 6-6 as we go into round 13. And it should be a kind of eco half by some sort of combination for Team Takuuu. It looks like they're just trying to decide. Might just go for a full Glock round. Certainly some can. There we go. Just took a wee second to update. We are going to see a kind of half buy here come out, obviously on the basis they can eco next round and full buy for the final round and a half. This should be going the way of Bushmoister without, again, with this op playing from this bathroom's position. But with this sort of buy, the terrorists are almost certainly going to group up, hit towards B through this monster position.
That's correct. Did you say final round and a half? Because we've still got 3 rounds to go.
Sorry, no, what I meant is if they buy this round, they can save and then they can buy in the final round and a half. My apologies.
I thought you thought we were still in a Valorant time.
Oh dear. No, not quite. We had 2 kills coming in for Bushmoister. Takuuu, the only one managing to find success on his side. Looks like a wee bit of a kind of sit back and wait now, right? They want to see if the CTs are going to aggress. They've heard the shots. They know what kind of a round it is. They know it's a half buy. They might look to punish a wee bit, but Bushmoister team being vigilant as ever and really just kind of sitting back, saying, right, no, let them come to us. Play your bomb sites, play your positions. Feel it. You just get the sense that Fresh OG just wants another couple of kills, just kind of coercing them, saying, right, no, I'll hold this angle, or maybe they're coming from here. That molly in the flash is going to get called. Is going to find Qatar, and without from the op, up in heaven. And the second. That's a solid round. I mean, it's a round they should never be losing, right? But we've seen it happen in this series. We've seen the upset rounds, so it's good to see that they're not worried about that this time round.
Yeah, I mean, played as best they could. Without much armor on the terror side, it's gonna be very hard to get anything done coming up against the M4s there, especially with the Mach 10s coming out.
Here's the full save that we expected, right? This will be for the full buy in the final round. Maybe looking to make it into a 7-8, for example. I mean, a 7-8 on T side overpass is is more than they could ask for. You know, teams that are playing professional levels that are getting 5 rounds in a half on T side are delighted, and you know they're coming away saying, "Oh, we won that half." You know, it very much is one of the few maps remaining, but it's still very CT sided. And you can see why, right? All of the angles and the positioning, it forces the terrorists to take initiative and take the bushes. What on earth was that? That was disgusting from Bushmoister. Davies finding 2. Ladders.
Yeah.
Okay. Takuu's found Scrunch, caught with his knife out. He's found a wee back alley here to at least get the bomb plant. That is going to allow... He's going to be stuck on this side of the railing. He's going to have to cover himself from heaven here. Obviously doesn't want to get swung by Fresh OG. If he can get the plant down, it's good money for the next half. The next round, sorry. It'll give them a much better full buy. But he's waited a bit too long here and is kind of getting surrounded. I don't know if he's going to be allowed to make the plant here, if they're going to deny for the money. No util to protect himself from heaven, just got to rely on his shots, aren't quite connecting. Davies finds Takuuu in the end.
If you got Davies there, you could have made that competitive. Bushmoister was low there, and without on the AWP, there's limited things you can do with an AWP in a retake situation. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
closer than Bushmoister, Team Bushmoister would have liked there, but they still win the round there and get those points on the board.
I wonder if that damage on Bushmoister is actually, you know, it's probably falling under unconfirmed. You know, he's not going to know.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't want to commit too much. The bomb plan would have been the ideal there. Full gun round coming out for both teams here. As we go final round and a half, and you know, regardless, as we were saying, regardless of what happens this round, it's a pretty good half for Team Takuuu. Team Bushmoister obviously should be happy with the amount of rounds they've got, but they have got to be conscious, I suppose, of the idea that, you know, they are going into the weaker half of this map. Some good tags through the wall there. Davey has found Floki. Scratch as well. Scrunch trying to play around his smoke, can't find anything. Zinga picks him up. Bomb slightly stuck out, especially if this player in Graffiti can just sit and prey on them without finding Zinga.
Oh dear.
It's just Takuuu left. Looks like we're going to have a 9-6 half here, ladies and gentlemen. And this is roughly kind of what we'd expected. I think we'd seen that both teams were competitive with each other. And you know they're kind of roughly going 1 for 1 as it should be. Takuuu looking for this bank player here, isn't going to find him. Davies opted to play for Trash. I wonder if he's going to get caught. With timing, they've both gone.
I believe in the magic of Takuuu here. I think, you know, he can pull this one out.
Now,
where's he gone?
Oh, the timing, 17 seconds. He needs to find this player here.
Yeah, he needs to
get on
this
player
as well. Ooh, he's cutting this
so
wide. Oh, he's not going to have time.
Time's gone.
He's just run out of time. That's such a shame.
That is. Goes for the Hail Mary one tap. Not falling for that. Takuuu knows. Sorry, Davies knows. I mean, another 4 HP combined on the server. I mean, these rounds are getting really close. And I think, you know, given how closely matched these teams are, a 6-9 half, it doesn't sound well balanced, but on this map, you know, that is pretty well balanced, I think, actually.
Yeah, I think we've seen this map has really shown the mettle of both teams. Both winning rounds, they probably shouldn't have won, and you know, both showing the skill on both teams here. But yeah.
I would say much as, you know, I would say they had a good T side. This is very much a round that Team Takuuu have to pick up just to cement themselves as in the lead, if you like. And it does rely on plays like this. This is looking good. Gets a swing onto the long player. Doesn't quite finish off the shot. This Tech9 desperately barking, trying to see what it can get done. Nice swings. And this is good, right? I mean, this will allow them to get up to 9. They'll make it 9 all. Sorry, 8-9. But you know, depending on what the buy is after that, and suddenly, you know, this starts to look really good.
we are seeing a hero M4 come out from Floki here, so obviously they've been listening in. And also, I think, is that not all 6
better not have
pistol
been.
rounds going the way of Team Takuuu there? Like, that is quite impressive to have won 6 for 6 on pistol rounds.
That really is, and I mean, it does. It really highlights some of the raw mechanical aim that some of these guys have. I mean, you know, the fact that they are winning their pistol round that convincingly. Bushmoister has just glocked away Bazinga, which is not good. Bazinga having a slightly rough time here, even though their team kind of winning. You know, going 4-13. But yeah, as you were kind of saying, it's. Oh, that was the con swing. Okay, Takuu's found without. Davies found Takuuu in short with a Glock, and Katar's found Scrunch.
Yeah.
Let's hope this hero M4 doesn't need to be used as much as we were expecting for. No head armor on that M4, right? I mean, if he gets dinked, it's done. All onto Floki.
Oh no!
It's messy.
He
He's
took
got two.
He took 2 though.
And a dink. That's rough. Davies just sitting there stunned. Doesn't know what to do. Just want to poke his head out. The M4's available. Hopefully that gets picked up. Hopefully
oh dear.
the M4 gets picked up.
I think there might have been some miscommunication. Oh, there we go. It's been pinged.
It has been pinged.
I think there was some miscommunication there initially as to where the M4 was.
There we go.
There we go.
It's
We'll
been
hold
found.
the picture.
It's been picked up. And bomb has been defused. And that is 9-8.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, that was
closer round than Team Takuuu would have hoped for when they're coming up against 5 Glocks, but.
Yeah, absolutely. And sorry, just to highlight, like, folks, how kind of close this matchup actually is. For each of their map picks, the score was 16-7. So, you know, these teams very well matched up, very well kind of paired up through their seeding selections and stuff like that. And again, you know, it has been up to a couple of, you know, huge individual plays from the likes of, you know, Takuuu and Without and stuff like that, and Davies with his 1v3. You know, these have been the plays that are really putting one team specifically into the lead over the other. Pretty much as close as to a full gun round as we're going to get on this third round of the second half. Bazinga going for the MP9, just saving that. Here's the boosts we wanted.
There we go. We're finally getting some of our boosts, and we're also getting a T side op out on Without. Obviously, you know, he's feeling confident with it. Like,
yeah,
it's not the easiest.
And it can
map,
be so strong as well, though.
Yeah. It's very strong, but also not the easiest. You know, the angle. There's some interesting angles you have to check and sort of hold with the T side op to make it an effective weapon. Otherwise, you just, you know.
And I mean, it requires a degree of confidence as well, because you're always going to be pushing into people holding angles, so you're always going to have to be doing the clearing and stuff like that. And there's a case to be made from, you know, maybe second, third in line for a side take, but you know, it does require you put it to work though. Yeah, absolutely. Molly back is just going to slow down and rotate a wee bit, give them time to get this bomb down. Plan it forwardly. The spam is good, does find Floki, all 3 of them. Just swinging from this bank, needs traded, has found a second. Bushmoister's found the head of Scrags.
Oh, he's found
no.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Without connect. Now's not the time to choke.
I just cannot find these shots.
Bomb is planted. Have got that as their advantage and planted for them.
I think Scrunch missed the barrel there. Oh, he did.
Oh no.
Oh no.
On the smoke. Without's found one. No.
Oh, that's a heartbreaking round to lose. Team Bushmoister had
rough.
everything going for them there. They had the deep util to hold the site. They had the plant, and they had the post-plant positions, but just some shots from Cater coming out there that no one should be hitting.
No, and I mean, missing the barrel, I would argue 4x3, but it was smack back in the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
That's a rough one. That's got to feel a little bit bad, especially, you know, investing that much into the op and not getting the round out of it as well. Their economy is struggling. If they don't pick this one up, it is a full save, and it is going to allow Team Takuuu. To be fair, for either team, this is a must-win round. If either team loses this round, it's back to pistols and it's back to a save round for them.
Takuuu seems to be now employing Bushmoister's tactics against him. bringing on this big flank through connector once again. See if he can pick up a bit more. Oh, but oh, and he's
This is just messy. It has no right being this messy. It is knife out. Tapping
Yeah.
away. Davies can't quite find the head.
It's going to be a highlight play, one way or the other.
Yeah, somebody was either going to get a knife or somebody was going to get a very nice tap. Anyway, as we go back to, we have a 2-on-5 for Team Bushmoister, and it does look like the economy is going to be broken for them, probably allowing Team Takuuu to secure the 11th here, put them cleanly into double digits. They'll pick up this round, and they'll probably pick up the pistol round as well. And this economy is going to start to grow.
We can never count Fresh OJ out, you know. When he's got 8 HP, he can win the round. What can he do with 50 HP and head armor?
This is a solid point. Yeah, we can definitely see some plays here. Does look like he's going to opt
Does look like he's
save,
saving,
actually.
so maybe not an insane 1v4 play this time.
Employing the James time spot.
Oh,
Never mind. For God's sake. Nobody's going to feed him anything as he suddenly thinks, oh, I could do this. And it's just going to tuck in and save the AK.
I think some degree of respect needs to be given to Fresh OJ when he's been left in this 1vx situation, you know.
Yeah.
You never know what he's going to come out with, as can be seen.
Yeah, we have seen some very good plays coming out from him so far, actually. A wee bit more of a kind of defaulty round coming out for
the P90 coming out. That's gotta sting,
like
especially onto Takuuu.
Yeah, onto their really heavy hitter, to be removed by something as trivial as a P90 is or sorry, a Pro 90 is
Pro 90.
It's gotta hurt a bit.
The W warrior never stop holding W.
Yeah, never. You wouldn't get that. Oh, Bazinga's caught with his nades in his hand. I do like the wee circle that everybody does when they get caught with a nade in the hand. They start jumping. Like, it's just to kind of like move your mouse about and pray that you don't get headshotted.
Oh,
I'm expecting the short push for some reason. Without sprayed. Davies with a spam. Bushmoister picks up Scrags and Floki finds Bushmoister. Pretty even trading across the board. Does fall in favor of Team Takuuu. Floki's been destroyed with the Galil there. That double dink was so quick. The HP favouring Katar, and he picks that up, and that's going to be 11 on the board for Team Takuuu, as we hoped, but probably not as cleanly as we expected. That's a strong performance from Katar and a strong performance from Without. Both of these players really doing the kind of grunt of the work here. To get their teammates through this, and it's falling on the side of Takuuu here.
Yeah, I think it's
putting up an absolute showing.
Yeah, it's just being on that CT side. You're getting those advantages from the angles, and putting it to work, making sure that you're getting these rounds. Look, we are seeing a hero AK come out from Scrunch this round, so you can't completely discount Team Bushmoister.
Yeah, and I mean that deagle or those deagles paired with that scout, I mean it is not a combination to be counted out by any stretch. I would be surprised is all I'll say. However, we have seen weirder things. We have seen better things from Team Bushmoister. So definitely not count them out. Here's the initial information, and that is just going to be red. And Team Takuuu, I do like this, right? I mean, they're just tucking in, they're turtling up because they know that their rifles are going to win as soon as they have to get into sight. But if they try and take long range fights, that scout, that AK are just going to become a wee bit more lethal.
Oh,
they're just tapping away.
Yeah, the hero AK just completely removed from the round, no damage done.
Yeah, and not in a position. It's up to Davies to try and retrieve that, and that's going to be held down. Bushmoister with a spam, still not finding anything.
Yeah,
there we go. Katar and Takuuu picking up the pair, and Fresh OJ as he pushes the smoke. It's all onto Without as he just starts to look towards the slave position. Doesn't find anything at all. Floki picks that up, and we got 12 and 9. This is starting to look really strong for Team Takuuu. It looks like we're getting a pause. Not sure. We can't tell whether it is a tech pause or whether it is a timeout.
You'd assume after this run of rounds, it is a tactical pause from T Bushmoister. You know, you've lost 6 rounds in a row. You've got to be stopping. You know, like you want to break the momentum and also just sort of get everyone to calm down a bit. You know, the rounds
is a tech pause because somebody has put a fist through their monitor or something.
Doing a bit of a device there, punching the monitor,
bashing his monitor away. So yeah, I mean, right, 12-9 is a dangerous situation for Bushmoister to be in, right? Because the money is starting to build for Team Takuuu. It's not perfect. These rounds have been a bit close, but it is starting to build. We're getting there now. Team Bushmoister are always only 1 round away from being back on an eco. And because they've lost so many in a row, they're relying, you know, I mean, like their loss bonus is 3,400. It is a lot. It is arguably almost enough for a full buy, right? But it's not quite enough. And if you're taking save and then full buy and loss bonus, eventually you're just going to hit yourself into a stalemate, or you're going to get yourself into a stalemate where it is save, buy, save, buy, save, buy. And that is where, you know, unless you are guaranteeing yourself those wins on the buy rounds, you're giving up every second round almost for free. Looks like we're getting back into this.
Yeah. It's also a very demoralizing cycle to get into where you're able to buy purely on your loss bonus, then you're not getting much done on your eco rounds, and you're back onto the rifles again, but you can't get much done. You just it's
feeling,
not good for team mental. You know, you're going to be a bit demoralized. So hopefully they can break the cycle.
Yeah, that feeling. Ooh, that's an
like
early scratch for the little. I do. This is what they need.
Yeah.
Scrag's now pressured. What can he find? Oh, a little tapping away. Davies is to find it. This is what they needed.
Like that. This is exactly what Team Bushmoister needed. They needed to get like a change of pace to get something.
Katar's going to open this door and isn't going to expect fresh OG at all. Never mind. Okay.
Build different.
Yeah, no hassle whatsoever. Yeah, okay, right, up to scrunch with this Galil now. He's just going to get pressured off the ankle. Katar's found another.
Goodness.
Oh dear, this isn't good.
He's got the smoke though.
And he has the kit. Oh no, oh no. Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
Oh dear.
I don't think he actually had time there, because I didn't but...
I didn't see, but I mean, look, money on both teams scuffed, right? I mean, it is just enough for Bushmoister to get a buy, but Team Takuuu can also get a buy. Both of these are going to be as dangerous to each other as possible. This is their make or break round. Whichever team wins this probably gets match point. Sorry, if Team Takuuu wins match point.
Yeah. Neither team is going to be happy with this buy here. They're, you know.
Right, you've got the MP5, the MP9, Deagles, Mac 10s. You know, it is nasty. He does. It looks like they're trying for this change of pace again, but they've been slightly kind of stalled out.
Yeah,
tags from heaven.
Full light. And also, like, the lack of a pick has slowed them down a lot, and they are sort of stuck in that water area.
Yeah, they are, and that's dangerous, right? It allows Frags in this heaven position just to tag them up. He doesn't even have to get kills, he just has to get tagged. Bazinga's found one. Bomb goes down. Just over from Bazinga. Takuu's found another. Yes, just without left with Davies here. Does pick up Bazinga. And doesn't pick up Katar. And it's all left to Davies now. Playing on the short position. Gets smoked with volley, but that's dangerous. They know where he is.
Oh,
nice. Takuuu picks that up. And then there's the defuse. That was a must-win for them to get to map point. But it's a round and a half from both teams there. You know, making it all the way down to the wire.
Very chaotic.
Very chaotic indeed. And I mean, like, as much as, you know, both teams not in the best buy situation, right? If you look at the scoreboard there, this is a showing from Team Takuuu on their CT half, having dropped one round on their CT half. That is ideal from them. And I mean, the scoreline is a lot closer than, that suggests. But you have to remember that, it's a CT-sided map. They started at a round deficit, and Takuu's just going for the peaks up on Picnic. He's picked up Bushmoister.
And it's not what you want going into one of these rounds. You don't want to be losing that man so early, especially from an aggressive play as the terrorists. Like, it's just, it's got to be hurting.
Going from the barrels position. Oh, and he finds two. That's lovely from Scrags. Bazinga's found Scrunch, and Scrunch only managed to pick up Floki in the meantime. All left him without. And he is going to be without any money next round. They forced into this, and this is interesting, right? They forced into this round, and they're not going to have a bye against Game Series Point.
No, they will. They won't be able to buy it. Yeah, they won't be able to buy into round 14, but they'll be able to buy on the Series Point.
Oh yes, apologies. Sorry, one round out. Takuuu playing from this bank position here is probably going to catch with no, gets a nice wee timing in that headshot. Let's see what we can get done here. If he can make this hurt, it's better. Obviously, it's a situation. There was a potential there. There was a potential there. Yeah. 14 on the board for Team Takuuu. Going up against Map Point. Sorry, going up to Map Point is their goal here. Team Bushmoister on the save, unfortunately, and it looks like they are going to be conceding.
I think
this right, unfortunately. Although no, look, they've bought up again. This is starting to get into a wee bit of a force until you make it scenario here, right? I mean, they're leaving themselves that if they do not pick up this round, that is the game over, and it's a really close one.
Takuuu is just bringing the hurt there. 2 kills again. Like, this man is just unstoppable today.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah, and I think another thing that's just very important to point out is Team Takuuu have dropped 1 round on defense so far. They have really, taken everything and put it into the CT half. It's not been flawless, but it's been effective.
Yes, indeed. Floki's found the head of Scrunch.
Once again, without lifting a 1v4 with it all to do.
And as I said last time, he is actually going to be without money this time. There's a swing from Floki. And that's match point, series point, all of the above. Takuuu is set to take this best of 3. I mean, the buy is it's going to be somewhat there. There's going to be Galils. There'll maybe be some scouts, but it's not a confident, happy buy. Yeah, and I think potentially. Yeah, I mean, when you realise that you're in a losing streak with Team Bushmoister, it can be really disheartening to take 2 ecos in a row because you just want to get guns and you want to go again.
Yeah.
But it can be the difference maker. If you can string 2 buys in a row because you've taken 2 ecos, Katar's found that again.
It's traded back
by Bushmoister. 4v4. That is Takuu's so low, 6 HP.
I think something as well to point out is
but he's good for 1.
This is clearly a map that has been less prepared for by both teams, as we haven't seen a single execute or smoke lineup pretty much come out, as far as I'm aware.
Loki's found 2, and again, without 1v3, what can he do? Loki's low.
Yeah, Floki is low.
We've seen it happen before.
Floki's walked straight into his crossing.
2 left, both playing sight. Floki without the bomb. What was that? Tongue twister and a half. Available. Scrags with a swing. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of our upper bracket semi-final 1. That is Team Takuuu taking Team Bushmoister all the way. Taking them 16-10 in the final map. We played Vertigo, we played Mirage, and we played Overpass. And eventually, Team Takuuu have walked away with that. Katar and Takuuu themselves being really, really strong players, and it's exactly what you want out of them. That was a strong showing on their final map, and it's put them through.
Yeah, and I think that's such tenacity coming down from a pretty demoralizing defeat on Vertigo to come back, take their own map in pick in convincing fashion, and then you know, as far as overpass games go, a pretty comprehensive win. You know, like taking was it 7 rounds, 6 rounds on the terrorist half, and then dropping 1 round on their counter terrorist half is impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean that is just a showing. It shows that if you have the players and you have the kind of setups and the strats, picking up that many rounds on terrorist side makes all the difference. They then go and they just dominate their CT half, and it's a really strong showing. And I have to say, Team Takuuu, if they keep playing like that, they're definitely set to they're set to do well as we go on.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say before we kind of wrap up and we're about ready?
I mean, an impressive set of games there tonight. Really enjoyable to watch. Quite a high quality, actually, all things considered, even with some of the score lines in those games.
I was really impressed with how convincingly both teams took their map picks. I mean, both teams comfortable, happy, and feeling it on their map picks. And it gave us a super series to watch. So I do believe our next matchup will be on the 11th. That'll be upper bracket semi-final 2. So tune in if you fancy watching that. But yeah, we will call it a day and hopefully see some more of Team Takuuu in the future. Super. So we also have League of Legends tomorrow, which will be really interesting. Obviously, Ben, you know a lot more about that than I do. But that'll be on tomorrow, and there's also the beginning of the COD key giveaway if anybody is interested in that. So I think we'll wrap up there. Have a nice evening. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.